Really fast, I do have another story that's pretty interesting today. Listen to this.
About a dozen people mobbed a man accused of showing porn to children at a playground today.
He deserved that. He asked for that.
Brandon Burke is charged with showing obscene material to kids at the playground in Texas. But before police got hold of him, about a dozen parents chased him down and beat him up.
All that was kicking, punching, throwing him against the wall.
The charges against Burke are all misdemeanors, but he also ended up with a black eye and several cuts and bruises.
Please tell me this video is on YouTube.
I hope so.
Please tell me.
Bunch of C blockers.
He went into the hood, it sounds like, right? What are you, nuts?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, she didn't sound like she was from a cul-de-sac in upstate New Hampshire.
Maybe he didn't go into the hood. Maybe he was there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think he's a white guy.
You don't think it's a white guy? It couldn't be a black guy.
No, black guys usually fit the profile, but it could be a black guy just going showing some porn.
Black guys don't do the pedophile thing,
they don't do
for
that.
the most part.
No way.
They certainly do, just not as much. They're more likely to have sex with a stepdaughter or someone close to home and go out in a van and be creepy about it.
Right.
Plus, he's going to afford the Wi-Fi and the laptop to bring to the park.
No,
I think it was
laptop.
a magazine.
It was a magazine.
Oh, he's just a magazine.
Yeah, what do you think? He set up a slideshow?
You think he set up shop?
I thought he had...
Dude, there's no way to plug a PowerPoint in by a...
Dad, there's a Little League game going on. He decided to set up his laptop.
Where's he going to plug the TV and the VCR in? Dude! What are you talking about, Bob?
You bring a computer.
He said porn. It was just porn. It was very obvious to all of us. It's just pictures.
But he said Wi-Fi. Like
I know,
Wi-Fi. Have it on his hard drive.
Right.
Like he'd be like, hold on, kids. Let me see if my password is still good.
He's got to download. Right, he would have to download.
Bob, he doesn't need Wi-Fi. He would just open his laptop and go, look.
Maybe I just like saying the word Wi-Fi.
I think you do.
Why you got to get on my ass about that? Say it, Wi-Fi. It's kind of nice.
I say Wi-Fi a lot in context when it's proper.
You hear about the naked burglar freaking out the women?
No.
And then he went and played with horses in a field?
Are you high right now?
No.
sounds like someone describing their dream or something.
Like
and then there was like a horse. And
right when Norton wakes up in the morning, Norton, what's happening? There's horses in the field.
Oh, well,
Was he riding them around going, Equus?
It's from Little Rock, Arkansas. Here's the audio.
A nude man, a horse, and sex, all part of a strange series of happenings in a Texarkana, Arkansas neighborhood. Now, this is definitely one of those stories made for the water cooler. The victims can laugh about it now, but when they were living it, it was hardly funny. Here's Allison Courtney again to explain.
For the Smith family, the day began like any other, but ended in a most unusual way when a stranger walked in their front door and headed for their bedroom, announcing he was there for a purpose.
He was still saying, I was told to come have sex with you. And I thought, no, you're not having sex with me. I said, I don't know who the heck you are, but you need to get on up out of my house.
Linda Smith says as she and her daughter tried to get the man to leave, he began to strip off his clothes.
We were scared. I had my babies in there, and we were like, who is this guy, and what is he doing, why is he here? And we didn't know what to think, really. We were just scared.
This guy, why didn't this guy have a huge hole in his chest by this point? He says he's going to have sex with you, and he starts taking his clothes off. You think maybe you better pull out a knife or something there, hillbilly?
I don't think so. I really don't think so, sir.
I'm like, you got to leave.
This is Texarkana. You can't just come in and have sex with me.
Where do the horses come in?
Oh, here it is.
When the women called 911, the naked man ran out the door. Police arrived and found him running nude through a nearby pasture, chasing horses and pulling their tails. The whole incident has left everyone scratching their heads, wondering what in the world this guy was thinking.
You got to be...
Allison Courtney, today's THV.
You know what the worst part of this is? I'm trying to get him out. I got to go pick him up from the hospital this afternoon.
He should be charged with being a silly goose.
It wasn't weird.
This isn't a real crime.
You think it's just silly goosedness?
Yeah.
You got to be really secure to run naked next to a horse.
That's true. Yeah, you know something? You really look small when you're running next to a horse.
You might want to start out being naked in front of a goat.
A goat.
And work your way up.
I wouldn't even run naked next to Keith Robinson.
That is embarrassing. Wow. Yeah, but you're right. Silly goose.
Silly goose.
Charged with silly goosedness.
Yeah.
Allison Courtney, today's THV.
But
Now, the alleged streaker, 19-year-old Tim Smith, who's not related to the victims, is being held in a Miller County jail. No bond has been set. That's because Smith is now awaiting a mental evaluation. He is charged with assault, indecency, fleeing, disorderly conduct, refusal to submit to arrest, and burglary for allegedly stealing a pair of shoes from the victims before he ran out of the house.
Shoes.
Horseplay.
Oh, Jesus.
That is a great story.
The thing is, the way they started that story out really made it sound like it was going to be something with bestiality.
Right.
To rope you in. It's a good story, don't get me wrong.
It's a great story.
But the anchor's like, a naked man and horses and sex. What? Last time you heard about that, it was in Oregon. And
you unbuckle the top button on your pants. Wait a minute.
Get all ready for some hotness.
Hang on. I was going to work, but wait a second.
This story's just silly. It isn't sexy at all.
Pulling tails. I've done that.
Yeah.
That used to turn me on.
Yeah. And moving on, you guys ready to laugh?
Oh.
We need that clip, by the way, the Homer clip. Are you ready to laugh? We don't have that, right? That was one of our old clips.
We just have this one now.
Does anybody remember laughter?
All right.
That's a damn good
Put on your laughing hats.
This house is where police say a pregnant 16-year-old girl was forced to take turpentine to end her pregnancy.
The mother and two cousins were involved in actually, according to the victim, forcibly having her take a quantity of turpentine on 2 different occasions, explaining to her that this would help kill her baby, that this would do away with her pregnancy.
Detectives say the teen was forced to take turpentine mixed with sugar to chase off the jarring taste. Relatives may have tried to terminate the pregnancy after discovering the father of the baby is over 30 years old. Because the girl is 16, the age of consent, no statutory rape charges were filed. Unfortunately, one local doctor says too often she sees patients who have used a home remedy like turpentine to abort a pregnancy.
It is a known substance that has been used in abortions. The problem with that is, it will cause an abortion, yes, but it will also cause you to die. For the fetus to die, the mother has to be either dead or near death.
Problem
solved. The
solved.
teenager involved in this case was lucky. Initial exams showed no injury to her or the fetus. She is now carrying out her pregnancy in protective custody.
See?
Bastard and whore are doing fine.
That just proves you could drink when you're pregnant.
Yeah, if you could drink turpentine.
Yeah, you could drink.
How do you think that kid's going to feel every time somebody lights a match around his face, just bursts into flames? That's nice to know. Your mother's like, was I wanted? Well, I did drink some turpentine, and I tried to drop you on the linoleum floor.
Trying to get rid of you. I was getting a little nervous when they said, because the father was, I'm like, here it comes, over 30 years old.
Why don't we stop that tape? We should have stopped it right there.
Well, yeah, try to guess.
We can go back and do it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why this guy, by the way...
ruined.
You want to hear about the...
Of course I do.
39 sex offenders in one neighborhood? Here's the story.
Dozens of sex offenders, nearly half of them classified as the most dangerous kind, all of them living within a quarter mile of each other in 2 adjacent communities on Long Island, Coram and Gordon Heights. How did this happen, and what would you do?
How did it happen? It's a poor town.
What would I do? If I was a sex offender, I'd be scared crapless and wouldn't leave my house. You ever been to Coram and that other neighborhood?
It's a poor town.
Holy Jesus.
They know exactly.
They know where to put these sex offenders.
They know exactly what to do with the sex offenders.
Yo, man, you a sex offender?
You're now living in one of the scariest neighborhoods on Long Island.
You can't leave that. That's better than one of those friggin' ankle bracelets. Is the neighborhood. You don't want to step out of your house.
You think the neighborhood, the folk are just teasing them outside their window with like...
Yeah, come on out.
Yoo-hoo!
Putting little cutouts of young people on their front lawns. Come on out. I think we got one.
All right, this is fine.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about this.
Don't worry about it.
And what would you do if you lived there? Jim Dolan with some answers. He is in Coram for us tonight. Jim?
Hope he's in an APC.
You can see why parents are scared here. Within just a few blocks of where I'm standing, there live 39 convicted sex offenders. 17 of them are considered level 3 sex offenders. That means they are the most dangerous, most likely to attack young children again. Their victims as young as 2 years old. The problem is that many young children also live right here in this neighborhood, and parents say that is bound to end in tragedy.
2?
Yeah, why are they alive?
Why are they out?
Why are
they alive?
If you've
alive or out?
2-year-old, why are you free?
Yeah. Why are you free? Why are you alive? Why?
Anybody explain to me why you are out of society if you've done anything like that with a 2-year-old? I don't understand what possible argument could a lawyer or anybody have to set you free after you've done... Well, he's cured now, but he did it once.
Yeah, he did it once. That's enough. What happened to the prison justice?
Dude, armed robbery gets you 25 years. You do a minimum of 12, 15 years. Why are you free?
Jesus. I don't get it.
Let's go to Tom on Long Island. He was trying to buy a house in that neighborhood. Tom?
Yeah, actually, me and my wife were looking for the cheapest possible house. We didn't know about Gordon Heights, and we were driving down, I think it's Hawkins Avenue. All the people, like, were standing, looking down into our car, like, Escape from New York.
Yeah.
You know, it was horrible, but anyway, we drove, down. The houses are like $130,000, $115,000 for a 5-bedroom house.
There's a very small part of Coram that isn't that bad, but then when you go toward that other place there,
Gordon Heights.
Yeah, Gordon Heights, then it gets really bad.
Oh, it's awful. We were scared. We were scared S-less. We were like out of there.
Yeah, believe me, you don't have to worry about these sex offenders. They're in prison again.
They figure out how to keep them in prison.
How to keep them in prison.
Yeah.
They see the same thing when they walk out their front doors in the morning. Guys working out.
All right, well,
driveway.
There's a 16-year-old that knows which house to avoid, or which houses to avoid. What happened? Oh, wow, look. Our TV commercial. God, they're playing it like crazy here in New York.
She's kind of sexy, that girl.
She was very sexy. When she had her regular clothes on, she was not
nice
bad
girl.
at all.
Dump her.
She was nice, too.
You can check out the Opie and Anthony commercial on YouTube.
She was very, she had a good personality.
All right, here's more audio.
Say.
Look at me act. Look like? Who do you look like in that? Chef from Apocalypse Now. I'm a saucier.
I'm a saucier.
Oh, that's great.
There we go. Get on the boat, man.
That's what the next commercial should be. Ope just in like some kind of makeup, putting your head in somebody's lap.
I hope it's yours, Jimmy.
Oh, face down as usual. Give me those ribs. Oh, well, Mr. Foley.
Always a little too hard.
Tickle, tickle.
A lot of poking going on between you two today.
Oh, a couple of men just feeling each other.
Just giving each other elbow to the ribs.
Copping feels.
More audio.
Teron White knows his neighborhood well. At 16 years old, he knows where all the men who are convicted sex offenders live and how to avoid them.
Mainly, from this block, houses on this side, you just stay away from. Yeah.
Kind of an odd way to grow up, isn't it? To know that there are these people living right around you?
Oh, shut up.
Sounds like a bright boy.
There's creeps in every freaking neighborhood in America.
If that boy you're talking to is armed to the hilt, I wouldn't worry about it.
Really? He takes care of himself.
Yeah.
How do you know which ones to avoid? Well, there's a couple of houses that have candy leading up to the front door.
Yeah,
so I just
usually avoid those.
Across the street.
I want to get a lawn chair and come Halloween, just sit out front of this house and see what happens.
That would be fun to watch.
I bet you they got the best candy in the neighborhood.
Oh.
Know that there are these people living right around you?
Yeah.
Of course, he grew up this way just as his younger brother and sister have. Do you keep a closer eye on your little brother and sister because of all this?
Yeah. They have to stay right in front of the house. Nobody, even though this block, you really have nothing to worry about. You can walk up and down the block without, being harassed, but you don't go looking for trouble.
What are you talking about? Those guys, what you have built-in babysitters. You want to go out for the night? Just call one of 39 people. Or put an ad out. You'll have 39 phone messages. Listen, I'm going out. I need someone to babysit. Come over. I'll take care of that. I'm away.
Free. Won't cost you a dime. I'll pay you.
I'll pay you. I'll bring food. I'll bring a movie. I'll bring popcorn. I'll put in whatever you say. Come down.
This is interesting. The parole boards tell offenders which landlords don't care about their status. They got to live somewhere. If they're out, they got to live somewhere.
That's nice liberal thinking of you.
That's right.
That's good.
They should live in a little pine apartment with a satin pillow in it, face down. This mausoleum is a fine house for them.
Sure. It's another one.
Yeah, who are the landlords, actually, that don't care?
I'd love to rent to a pedophile. What's he going to do, complain? I don't have any hot water. What'd you say, kid toucher? I'll be back later.
Gonna raise your rent again.
Okie dokie.
All right, whatever.
These sex offenders are being steered in their direction.
Kate Browning says parole boards tell released sex offenders where there are landlords that will accept them, and they don't care if there are children in the neighborhood.
We had a recent incident also here in Mastic, where 4 level 3 sex offenders were moved into a home. There was 7 children in the home next door. There was 9 children lived directly across.
Of course.
These
Maybe
sex
that's a problem, too.
hurt children. We can't have them living in communities where there's children.
But the law now says you can, and that's why Lisa Kadeska keeps a close eye on her 2 children.
Keep them busy. And they went in the school, and I send them in karate. My oldest son in football. Just go too long, we keep them busy.
Mastic. Right. That's another town. I swear to you, they are loading up the low-income towns with pedophiles then. If that's what they do, hey, whatever. God bless. They don't find a problem that there's 9 children living in a house
and
across the
7
street?
Next to it, 16 kids in 2 houses.
They're breeding like rabbits out there.
Yeah. Why don't you just move them to the old age community?
There you go.
Solution.
That's a perfect solution.
We got...
Genius.
Thank you, Anthony. Special from FBA. I believe that's your name there, buddy. He writes on the instant feedback. The best way to avoid them is not be between the ages of 4 and 17.
Wow, just an older community. Yep. And then problem solved.
Problem free.
They're moving them into these neighborhoods where people are having kids out of wedlock, of course. I bet there were 9 daddies to those 9 children also. You ever been to Mastic?
No.
Oof.
No.
Oof.
I used to buy my drugs in Wine Dance.
What's next? Wine Dance? Yeah.
Is it nice?
Mastic? Mastic was nice. I have home movies of me, my brother, my sister visiting the bungalow that my family used to have. It was like almost like a timeshare bungalow in Mastic. It was wonderful. It had a nice little white picket fence around it, and all the aunts and uncles, we'd decide on a weekend and all go there, and they'd have like luau's and parties, and built-in pool was in the back, and it was a house, and it was like some of my first memories because I was really, really young. And then I decided when I first got a car at about 14, 15 years old, that I was going to drive there and take a look at it, bring back some of my childhood. I drove into a town that looked like Beirut, and I found the bungalow, and the pool was half full of this murky gook water, all sprayed with graffiti. The house was abandoned and sprayed with graffiti and half collapsed. And the place just looked like, and it was like one of those things where maybe it's just not a good idea to ever look back. You just got to kind of keep in mind what things were like.
That's sad.
It was really sad, and all of Mastic is like that now. They call it they call themselves Indians out there. By the way, they think they're part of some tribe out there, but it's not. They are very low-income Black and Hispanic people that have just completely destroyed the neighborhood. That's what's out there.
What's the name of their tribe? The Jobless? So hack, I know. I'm sorry. I like how completely acknowledge I went hack.
Not bad.
I went hack on you. It could have at least sounded more like an Indian name, you know?
Well, someone said, description of Mastic, you take the LIE to exit 68 and go south. When the grass turns brown, you're in Mastic.
There you go. All right.
No one takes care of anything out there.
All right, Al Sharpton is giving his support to Chris Rock's mom in a discrimination suit against the Cracker Barrel restaurant chain. Chris Rock's mother, Rose, claims a South Carolina Cracker Barrel would not serve her and her daughter. She says they were the only Black customers at the time. Sharpton will announce at a rally today that his National Action Network will pay for the suit. Cracker Barrel says the chain does not tolerate any kind of discrimination.
Oh, look at the name. Well, it's Cracker Barrel.
Why would you go to Cracker Barrel?
Cracker? Cracker?
Do you think that really happened?
At the Cracker Barrel?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, why doesn't Roland try to get Chris Rock? Maybe he'll comment on it.
Because he's too busy getting Elizabeth Perkins.
It's Chris Rock's mother?
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, let's get Chris Rock on the phone.
Cracker Barrel?
Did you almost say yes to Elizabeth Perkins?
Who is she?
Me?
Yeah.
Hell no.
I don't know who she is.
I was the first one to post a no on that one. She was the woman in Big that Tom played,
Roland's
Tom
trying
Hanks
to get her on the show.
That's all right. He's going to ask.
Like,
Say no.
I don't mind him asking, but, that one was like, thank you, no.
Yeah, I had to agree.
Not even really can't see her sitting there and adding anything. So, Tom Hanks, you worked with him in Big.
But that when him and Robert Loggia were jumping on the piano,
did you
watch that live or just in the movie?
Oh, you weren't there for that part of the shoot. All right. What else have you done? Really? Okay.
I want big celebrities. I want Colin Powell, and I went to Forrest Whitaker.
Heather Mills.
I went Heather Mills.
Did we get the statement yet?
I went Forrest Whitaker.
What's Paul's statement? He's behind schedule, as they say in England. Schedule. That's a silly way to say it.
I want Martin Sheen.
Schedule.
I want Emilio Estevez. I talked to my manager. I said, can we get Robin Williams on the show? And he's going to try.
He knows, your people know his people.
Who?
We have some people on the newspapers. It's a dirty cop.
Which people do you mean? My people are his people.
Let's go to Jack in South Carolina. Jack?
Hey, fellas. I got it a couple months ago. Y'all are great. Hey, listen, I used to work at Cracker Barrel. And not the one there, but one in Florence, South Carolina. And we're racist a little bit, but we wouldn't make her sit like a whole hour. I think that's just total bullshit.
You think? Like, I've gotten bad service in places, but I attributed it to bad service. I've sat there and waited and gone, hey, what the fuck?
Have you walked out of a restaurant because they weren't serving?
Yes.
Serving you? What's
Yeah.
Servicing. Hello. Serving you?
Servicing me, yes.
Yeah, you sit around, you're like, what the hell is this all about?
Fuck this,
and then all of a sudden you get up and leave because, they're short-staffed or something's going on.
But it happens to...
But if it happens to a black person, then of course they have to think it's something else.
And then gotta be racism.
Then you have to get Al Sharpton involved.
Rivernair.
It might have happened to her because she was black, but I don't know.
Yeah.
If nobody talked to her, if nobody said a word to her, how can they know they were being racist to her then?
Maybe there's more to the story they didn't report that proves that they were not serving her because of her color. Who knows?
I'm going to the rally today, and I'm gonna yell and holler words and shit, man. I'll be right. If she wants to be racist, we'll show her racist.
Sir, why do you need to call her name? She might be telling the truth.
Hate begets hate, my friend.
New York, what's up?
You can't do that.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Hey.
I just want to call bullshit on Chris Rock's mom. I go to Cracker Barrel, and there's niggas there all the time eating fried attic and whatnot.
Why do you have to use that language, sir?
Nick in Illinois.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Listen, me and my wife we're on the road. We're over the road truckers, and we've been to every Cracker Barrel you can imagine. Those people are so nice, it's almost sick.
Yeah.
They treat everybody like it's almost like I have this theory that one Cracker Barrel is has a dimensional portal, and the workers are all the same, and they just step through that portal to help you. That's how exactly the same every Cracker Barrel is.
I think you're overstating it, sir. They're the cure for cancer. I mean, they're relatively nice. They serve you slop.
So if I go into Cracker Barrel, I could, beam myself somewhere? There's a porthole? What?
Those people they're saints.
It's amazing.
They treat me good. And
Cracker Barrel people.
Looking guy.
Dude, I asked for food. They bring it.
One of the waitresses at the Cracker Barrel actually waved her hand over my water and turned it into wine. They're magnificent, miraculous people.
Okay. I'm not saying that he
overstated just a tad.
He was fucking, who are you, the CEO? His name is Fred Barrel. That's who that guy was.
We've been on this for a while. This is the latest story on Mancations. I personally don't get it.
It's when a bunch of guys go away together.
It's the continuing feminization of men. It's this thing. It's supposed to be a security in your masculinity, but it really is a way to kind of feminize the men. This whole metrosexual thing where guys are going out and doing what the ladies are doing, getting facials and manicures and stuff, and saying, hey, I'm still, all man. I'm taking care of myself.
See,
they give the names like this. What happened? when you watch The Deer Hunter,
right?
Is that considered a mancation when they all went out and almost shot Fredo in the head?
No, but it is when they're over there being forced to play Russian roulette. That's a mancation.
Now that's a mancation.
Here's the idea. It's supposed to be like a bunch of boys just being boys and getting away from the gals.
That's where it comes from. It's not just guys going out. There has to be some female involvement, some way they're getting away from the girls to say, look, guys, now's our chance to just be the men that we know we are.
Totally
because
disagree.
our girls told us we can leave.
Totally disagree.
And do something.
Totally disagree.
Really?
That's how it's being presented to the men out there by the travel agents. But the reality is it's a bunch of guys getting together and banging prostitutes and getting away with murder.
If that's what it is.
Getting away with murder. But then they do these stories and going, no, we're just old college buddies and decide we want to go away and, hang out and catch up and stuff. No way.
Well, that's fine. If that's what it is. If it's to get away from your wife and pay for sex, I have no problem with it. I've taken Mancations. I'm not married. We went to Brazil.
Maybe not even pay. I'm sure some, yes, but maybe as innocent as just going to strip clubs with your old college buddies and stuff. But to make believe you're just hanging out, playing golf, and having a nice dinner afterwards and all that is BS.
It's doing something sexual. Whether it's strip
clubs. There's something sexual involved in this. Absolutely.
I didn't see it that way. I see it as these bunch of whipped guys that just decide that they have to, hey, I'm still all man.
Yeah.
Watch what I do because she told me I could.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Or maybe a little bit of both. Maybe, some people are using it for one thing.
I gotta think the sex angle's in there somewhere.
All right.
Why else go anywhere? I mean, we flew below the equator to pay for sex with indigenous people. And how fantastic that was. There was no language spoken. You hand over reals, and the next thing you know, you're having sex with a stranger. It's fantastic. And their mouth all smells like mouthwash.
Yeah.
In between trips,
Amazing.
they go and use mouthwash to close any cuts in the mouth. That's always a lovely feeling.
Really?
Yeah, people are gargling with alcohol just so they don't transmit anything or catch anything.
How are they cutting their mouth?
Just like little teeny cuts that we have as people in our mouths from eating. Little teeny microscopic ones. Alcohol helps to close them.
Do they just eat a box of Captain Crunch with no milk? Leave those shards of flesh hanging from the top of your mouth?
It's Copacabana, Brazil. I don't have a lot of cash. There's not in Rio. There's not a lot of money there, so you eat anything.
So you're helping the economy. So you're doing a good job. Bless you. God bless you.
That'd be a great gag. Just like eat a light bulb before you go into one of those joints.
There you go.
Just like
the hooker eats a light bulb. Come here. Well, no.
Let's see how desperate you are.
So what's this man?
Wow, the Hillman's doing the 2006 Mancation to Greece.
Wow. That makes sense.
Wow.
You know what those Greek are into, huh? Yeah.
What is going on in Mantown?
You ever ask for Greek? You know what you get when you ask for Greek?
Of course.
You ask for French, you get the top end.
Yeah.
And you ask for Greek.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, you ask for Greek, and you get a girl going, I didn't post that ad. I don't do that. You know how many Craigslist girls I've said, do you speak Greek? No, I did. The agency posted that. How about bareback? No, I don't do that either.
Yes, I do Greek. It smells like a gyro.
Ugh. They had in the paper, I think a week ago, a guy proud of his little spot in his own home where he gets to just be a man. And it looked like it was like the garage that was half finished or the basement that was half finished. And
big smile on his face.
Right, like just a primitive bar he set up and like a Budweiser mirror and
he was
an old TV.
He looks at it like, look at what I'm allowed to do.
This is my spot, my home where I could be a man.
And meanwhile, the reality of it is, dude, you lost your house.
Right.
You lost the entire house. You're now relegated to a piece of crap, a corner of a basement. Like a kid in a tree fort.
And he was all
proud. That's what you got. You got yourself a tree fort. You happy?
He was all proud. Well, here's the latest on Mancations. Let's learn some more. I don't get this.
We'll educate
I don't get this
ourselves.
phenomenon where you just go away with a bunch of guys. But it's very hot these days.
Jerry's dance partner was kind of hot.
Yeah, we said that on Friday.
Yeah, I never saw it. I never watched
she was
1
from
minute
Australia
of this show.
Or something like that.
Is she?
Yeah, she was beautiful.
Wow.
It's a busy life and lots of long-distance friendships for Fred McCool and his close buddies.
We all work very hard. We all have family.
So Fred, his friend Steve, and 6 other guys started a tradition, an annual golfing getaway.
Golfing getaway. means golf and strippers.
Maybe.
Simple as that.
Some of these guys are nerds, too.
I hit her between the first and second hole.
But if you're in a loving relationship, why wouldn't you want to go away with your family when you finally get vacation time? Why do you want to escape that unless you're not too happy with your marriage?
So it's an age thing, too. Nobody wants to feel like they're getting older and this is the rest of it. Everybody wants to recapture youth, and a lot of times youth is just associated with your friends. His name should be Fred McDouche. This guy just hangs out with his buddies and plays golf. What a zero.
So you're thinking like, yeah, he kind of remembers doing that when he was free and younger. And so now he leaves the wife at home and the kids, goes out with his friends, and all of a sudden they act like they're youngsters.
With their cornballs, with
drinking,
their fat
talking
stomachs,
remember that
beers.
time? You remember that time back, when we were 20 and when you did you trade little stories.
Yeah, dirty jokes, having beers, just awful. Maybe a strip club, innocent.
Yeah.
Annual golfing getaway.
I see him once a year on this trip.
Travel experts say they're booking more and more men-only trips. They're becoming so popular, they've actually spawned a name, Mancations. From golfing to bass fishing, sports trips to VIP and spa packages, there's something for every group of guys. Even a Porsche driving experience.
Men have been going...
A Porsche driving experience or a Porsche to get the women while you're away?
Broads.
Well, some of the stuff is probably just things that women don't want to do, like the sporting stuff. Chicks want nothing to do with that, and you're tired of being on a trip and having to hear her nag at you and complain when you want to do what you want to do. That's part of it, so you can just hang with your friends because you don't have the courage to tell your wife to shut her face and sit in the hotel.
And no women involved whatsoever.
I think I'm sure on some level it is, but like most people...
You think that guy with his golf buddies are frequenting a strip club or
maybe they have a girl come in and their idea of like really sexy is to have her put whipped cream on her own chest and and lick it all, like they think that's really racy and sexy.
Yeah,
my idea of what
goes on here stays here, guys.
Right. Yeah, but it's just nonsense.
Nothing.
Let's go to George in Jersey. He says I'm wrong. George,
you're dead wrong. Morning, boys.
Hey, George.
I just got back from a trip with 7 guys. We went to another guy's house in Florida. You're absolutely right, Opie. You go play some golf, and then you go to the titty bar, and maybe you go to some Indian casino, and for 3 or 4 days, you decompress. You forget about all the...
All right, they dumped out of you, but basically you said I'm wrong, but then you said
You go to the strip club.
But you admitted golf, strip clubs. I'm not saying that you're cheating on your wife, but there's some kind of female element involved in these mancations. There has to be. Like, I get it. I get spending an afternoon with a few buddies and maybe playing golf or something, or going to a football game and tailgate and doing that whole thing. But you ever go away with would you ever want to go with away with your friends for a week? After an afternoon, you don't have anything left to talk about.
I've done it, and again, it depends on what your common interest is. We went away to be filthy in Brazil, so it was worth it. Because we would just hang out and go to the whorehouse.
Can you imagine hanging out with Patrice and Rich Voss and Bob Kelly and all those guys for a week in Florida?
No.
No.
I don't like to talk to them when we're on a gig together.
Guys, we don't have a lot to talk about with each other.
George.
You could spend an afternoon talking to your old pals, but after that, there's nothing else to talk about.
Yeah.
George.
You know what happens, guys, is you stop talking, and everybody just sits and it's quiet. Because you're absolutely right, Opie. After the first day, you catch up on all the stuff that's going on. Then it's just sitting in a room where you don't have to talk to your wife or your kids, or you don't have to talk about this little piece.
Doesn't that kind of show that you're not kind of into your wife and kids?
I don't think so.
It's what?
It has nothing to do with that. You absolutely go away on family vacations and you have fun with your families, and that's great. But then, there are times you just want to, get away for 3 or 4 or 5 days. And
wouldn't you rather have the freedom to do that maybe like one night, a couple of nights a week or something, and every so often you hook up and play cards or something, instead of just making it this big week-long thing?
I could see maybe a weekend, whatever, but when it starts stretching into 4 or 5 days, like, oh, God, what a bore fest.
It's hard for most people. We don't have kids, so we don't have to get up and deal with kids at 2 o'clock in the morning, so a lot of guys can't just have people over for cards.
Hey, we date.
Or you're on vacation and you want to be parasailing and scuba diving, doing all this crazy stuff, but you got the kids with you. You're like, I don't have time to do it. So I get it on a level, but when you're going 4 or 5 days, Got to be a sex element.
You got to be married. You got to have kids to understand. It's not a thing about, your wife and kids and not caring about them.
Right.
It's about having some downtime.
Keep telling yourself that.
All right, George, thank you. More of the clip. We got to hurry up because Paul Stanley's waiting.
Men have been going away together forever on fishing trips and hunting trips, and this is just becoming a more formalized trend because hotels are making it easier than ever and creating fun packages.
With many even tossing in some manly extras.
They'll do things like have a nightlife concierge who'll hook up all your fun activities for the night, or they'll create a suite so that you have a bucket of beer when you get there and do fun poker nights.
Poker nights?
Poker. I believe it was poker, but I wonder if that nighttime concierge is kind of, all right, I know what you guys are into.
Of course. I guess
she'll be up with a couple of her friends shortly.
I think I'm turning a little bit. I guess I get it a little bit more, but I don't know. When it stretches out to like a whole week or something, I don't know.
This just seems to me to be this thing. You don't have permission most of your married time. So this kind of now you're allowed. Look at me. I'm being the man that I am. Oh, got to get home.
I guarantee the nighttime concierge is a swarthy scumbag, too. He probably smells like cheap cologne. And he says things like, and if you gentlemen want a little extra, he uses like that concierge language, that hotel language. He won't go, would you like a hooker? He would say something like, and if you gentlemen feel like you need a little extracurricular, like that smug, like business guy language.
Maybe if you run out of things to talk about, someone else could come up to maybe spice up the conversation.
Yeah, you know what I mean,
you know what I mean? That's like here. Initial here. Shut up.
He puts his hand out for his tip.
Oh, we get newscaster banter as they wrap up the story here.
Fred's group is already planning next year's party vacation.
Every guy needs to go out and enjoy himself and let loose like this. It's a lot of fun.
Now, all of this, of course, predicated on whether or not your wife will let you out of the house. Mancations, of course, vary in cost from hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on where you stay, what exactly you want to do. To see if a hotel offers a specific mancation, just check their reservation page under packages, and you can see what exactly they offer. So, John, what's your mancation brand?
I did a mancation, golfing mancation. You know what? Good about a mancation? You could be completely stupid.
But nice. Come on.
No, I went away to an island, though.
Oh, okay. Now it's getting better.
Shared a room.
Any of those nightlife packages?
Island of Homo.
About the room.
It wasn't a package, but we split the dinner bills, which was good too.
That's better.
But the mancation was, we called ourselves Dumb and Dumber on this vacation. We just was completely stupid.
Sounded like a lot of fun.
It's a good time.
All right.
Did it?
Water alert in a local neighborhood.
You know what?
Did it sound like a lot of fun?
You and your friend holed up at a motel playing golf.
Calling each other dumb and dumber?
Yeah, aren't we dumb? Tee-hee. Awful vacation that was.
All right. A lot of people saying, look, love my wife and kids, just want to get the F away from them every once in a while. You know what? I will just admit that I don't know anything about this. We don't have the wife. We don't have the kids, so it just seems weird to us, but...
He goes on mancations.
Right.
That'll be used in political ads.
Maybe it makes sense. Maybe it says in it. I don't know. I don't know where I'm at with this
I think some of it, like Jim said, the dark side.
Yeah.
Where you're going in, you're having the sex, whatever, the sex. And then others, it's innocent, stupid, boring chit-chat.
Bruce from Louisiana. Wasn't Brokeback Mountain a mancation? Yeah.
That certainly was.
There's a guy. We don't have time to go to the phones, unfortunately. Maybe we could bring this up again tomorrow because, there's a guy who wants to talk about how he's going on a motorcycle run with 12 guys, hunting trips every day, 4-day hunting trips. So, I guess it's fair to say we don't know because we don't have the wife and the kids, so. All right, another cute story coming in.
A North Carolina high school apologizing for the use of an Adolf Hitler speech before a soccer game. The speech went out over the PA system for about 30 seconds before somebody stopped it.
Too short?
The school's principal says it was a mistake by a group of students who picked the wrong speaker to try to motivate their team. Well, yeah. New procedures are in place to make sure an adult screams everything played over the PA system. Lovely idea there, huh?
Hey, with the new
editorializing.
Yeah, with the new ruling, couldn't she say, no effing S?
Yeah.
Wait, so what happened?
Apparently, there was a Hitler speech being played over the PA to motivate, get the students pumped up for the game, I guess.
I guess he yells, "Go team" at the end of it.
Yeah, something like that. What was he saying? Part of the Nazi leader's speech, public address, high school soccer game. Said neither the team's coach knew about the speech before the 90-second excerpt was played. The speech by Nazi propaganda minister Josef Goebbels was in German. Of course it was. Carpenter said in the letter the team had adopted the slogan, "On to victory." And a German exchange student who plays on the team had taught other students how to say the phrase in German.
Oh, man.
Some of our more zealous students sought to capture the slogan in German and to play it on the PA.
So it wasn't Hitler, it was Goebbels?
No.
They got the name wrong.
See?
Though.
This says Goebbels. Was it Hitler or Goebbels? That says Goebbels.
It says Goebbels.
Let me hear a piece of the speech. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
We have any?
Oh, hey.
You don't have some of that?
Oh, you go home and listen to that. Time.
Catholic coach. The Catholic coach said his squad was just real shocked. All of us stopped and looked up at the booth.
That's great.
Oh, Catholic.
I mean, that's wrong. That's wrong.
Could have been worse. No one's really taken credit for this one. Forest View won the playoff game 1-0.
All right, there you go. So the students decided to take it upon themselves to just play that over the PA?
Yeah, play that over the PA. Guess it gets them all revved up.
Regular radio can't play the Biden clip.
No, I haven't heard it uncensored. I heard it on the news, and they have to beep it out. God forbid.
Yeah, well, it's on the front page of the paper today. This is a really big deal. This country cannot handle.
This is it's a real fucking big deal.
It really is a fucking. That's right.
What's his actual line there?
This is a big fucking deal.
This is a big fucking deal.
And some guy was quick to make a T-shirt, and you know that they interviewed the guy on CNN yesterday.
What, the guy that made the T-shirt?
Yeah. Now that guy's selling thousands and thousands of T-shirts.
What's it say, like healthcare? It's a big fucking deal?
I don't know the actual design, but obviously it has "this is a big fucking deal" on it. Here's the clip.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States of America, Barack Obama.
Go home and get your fucking shine box.
Thank you, everybody. Wait, I think you played the clip over the one we needed, Ed.
No, that's what Biden said.
Oh, go home and get your shine box?
That was Joe Biden saying something
I'm sorry.
Horrible.
You want to try this again?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Oh, that's okay. You can just hit it. Play it.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States of America, Barack Obama.
Thank you, everybody. Why does Biden have to say
Obama looked like horrified.
Do you have video of that? I would love to see it.
He looked horrified. It's a big fucking deal. The mics are on. It's the biggest legislation he'll be signing ever.
It's the biggest legislation any president has signed in a really long time, and Biden just took his moment.
And right after the president's introduction, he blurts out, "This is a big fucking deal." What does he think? The mics will be off? Mm-hmm. They'll shut the mics off? At a moment like that?
He's loud whisper guy.
Yeah.
Barack Obama.
What did he just say? We know.
And Obama just goes right to the podium.
All right. So Classy Joe, then again, are we really surprised?
That's
relax.
Exactly.
Who gives a shit?
Remember in November? Remember what? That he said the F word?
I'm not going to throw
Is
him
that
out
what
for
they're
that.
doing?
Yeah.
Well, they're spinning it in that way. Remember November because the guy used real language.
He's not classy.
You get righties that are just grabbing at straws.
Yeah.
At some of this shit. And they look at that and go like, whoa, that's terrible. I could give a shit if he's using the F-bomb.
Mm-hmm.
When it's, hey, we're going to take your fucking money, that's a problem.
That's more.
Not the F-bomb, the whole meaning behind
This is a big
taking my
fucking
money.
Deal.
Sucker.
So no one's going to remember the big moment for Obama. They're going to be playing that clip forever.
Did you see him with his, fucking 50 pens? He had to sign that bill with, Does he sign a little bit of his name?
Yeah.
And then he puts the pen away, gets the other one? So that way they could give the pens out as like, this is the pen the president used to sign this bill.
You ever sign your name and script using a lot of pens? It's impossible. I don't know how the presidents do that.
Yeah, they kind of... Does it look like one?
Yes, it looks shitty. There's a photo of it in the paper today.
It looks.
I was wondering,
it has to look shitty.
Dude, I was wondering, I'm like, Obama couldn't have this choppy and awful a signature, but it's probably because of that.
Jesus, Anthony.
Jesus.
I just showed something.
Ah, dude, you have a foot injury, you right?
Of course.
What, you stubbed your toe today?
Yeah, all right, hold on, let me see.
Okay.
There's a picture of Obama's signature. That makes sense.
Oh, really? There is, and that's why...
Yeah.
Because I always wondered, you know, I thought maybe they have like 20 spaces on there that he has to sign his name. Like it would be kind of...
Oh, I see. Like he uses...
Like just the bottom. Who cares how many times he signs it?
It's in the Daily News.
Kind of like some of the contracts we sign. We don't even know what we're signing. We just got to sign our name 100 times. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
You can see it in the O.
That O is made up of 1, 2, 3. How many do you count on that? How many pens?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8.
7 or 8 pens just on the O.
So basically, the fucking presidential, these giant bills are signed horribly, so everyone can have a pen?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What are you doing? Sign it with a pen.
Who gets the pen? How do they figure out who gets the pens, Ann? You know anything about that? You know a little bit about everything.
No, I have no idea where these pens go, who uses them.
Was it important people that made it happen? Or
the astronauts use them in space.
or put it on eBay and just make a shitload of money.
I would love to say if he handed me that.
I would love to have a pen that a president used to sign something.
I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing with this? How does a pen? I got my own.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it comes in a little like case with a little note or something.
You're right. It'd be like, you know, maybe in years from now, it'll be like having the original quill that was used by the forefathers to write up the Constitution.
Will it?
The Bill of Rights.
Does anyone have that quill?
I don't know. It's probably somewhere.
First, someone probably has it on their desk. They're going to know it. They've been writing with it.
I don't know.
You ever see the
Franklin was sticking up his asshole.
You ever see the Constitution?
Yes, in D.C. Yeah,
it's kind of cool, right?
Yeah, you look at it and go, oh.
This is where it all began,
That's
right
the deal.
here.
That's the deal.
Some of those assholes had to sign their name larger. It's like, all right, calm down.
Yeah, sign the big one.
Yeah.
And now it's just being treated like a piece of toilet paper.
Oh, Anthony.
Well,
Anthony.
That's what I say.
You're so fresh.
That's what I say. Oh, I like the story that was in there about how, you know, it's Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one. Healthcare. Oh, it's Christmas.
Oh, I got that clip for you.
Christmas.
I got that clip for you.
I know. I have to go out and buy the presents and wrap them.
Mm-hmm.
And you can unwrap them then. Go ahead. Oh, look, I unwrapped a hip replacement.
It's like an old radio bit.
Yeah.
You buy the Christmas gifts and we hand it out to the needy.
That's what it is.
I've done that many times over the years.
Yeah.
Many times. Some of my charity work, Anthony, in this business.
Yeah, huh?
Going to these
I'm doing my charity work.
Very, very scary neighborhoods.
I'm doing my charity work. It's coming up April 15th. That's when I do all my charity work. I sign the checks. I send it, and there's my fucking charity. Thanks. I'm gonna sign my checks with 10 pens, so my signature looks like Obama's.
All shaky,
all choppy and shitty.
Here's the Christmas clip you were talking about health care.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God. Fühl mir fester bekannt. Yeah. Oh. Fühl mir fester bekannt. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah.
You need that last for the sound fucking.
Someone's got to get that on their soundboard.
On instant replay.
What do you want? You want it or do I take it?
Oh, I want You
want it?
I haven't taken a new one.
You haven't taken one in a while.
Yeah, I'll take
Oh, boy, that wasn't the clip. I made a mistake.
Yeah, I was thinking. That didn't sound like...
the healthcare Christmas clip.
No.
Let's go to Eddie in St. Louis. Eddie.
Hey, how you doing, guys? It's a real privilege to be on the show. I'm going to try not to alienate everybody because I'm not talking about hockey today. Did you guys hear about the NFL making the rule changes?
Ah, yes.
Now, I'm embarrassed to say I know they made a rule change. I don't know what the rule change is.
This is fascinating.
You have to have the same number of white players now as black players.
Actually, more white players than blacks. Which
going back to more white than black.
I kind of like
going
that.
Old school.
This is the field goal fucking problem with overtime. Sudden death overtime. You do the coin toss. The one team that gets the coin toss usually marches down the field, kicks the field goal. Game over. Game over.
The other side never even had a shot.
New rule. If they kick the field goal, the other team gets the ball and gets a chance to go up the field and do the same thing. If the team that wins the coin toss gets a touchdown, game over.
Game over.
They don't get a chance to get another touchdown. So now if both teams get the field goal, it goes into the standard version of sudden death like it is now. So then the first team would get it again, and if they kick a field goal, they win the fucking game.
Are you feeling all right?
Why?
You don't care about sports that much.
I knew that if I called up about football, we could get Anthony involved.
No, Anthony's not a big football fan. I mean, he watches, but
I'm not like basketball. I don't know anything about basketball.
But fuck, you just nailed that.
But that, because we were talking about it, and I thought like it definitely needed a change. We were talking about how sudden death with that is a field goal away from winning a game after a long fucking game of the guys duking it out, and you get nowhere because
kind of not fair.
The kicker gets out there and takes care of it.
And the reason it's not fair because it depends on the coin toss a lot.
Yeah. So this, I think it's pretty good.
I like it. It's a nice compromise.
I think only
now they don't do that.
4 owners voted against it. I think.
Which 4?
I'm not sure.
Just they have to be different.
Yeah.
What's the college rule, Eddie? Is it similar?
Eddie.
I honestly am not a big fan of college sports. I'll tell you why. You could have the best goddamn team in the world, and then 2 years later, you got jack shit.
Yeah, well, that's true.
By the way,
that happens these days too.
With salary caps and free agency.
Yeah.
I don't. Anthony missed one thing about the rule though. It's
did I?
Yes. It's if the field goal is kicked, and it's if it's more than 50 yards. They don't have to let the other team have the ball. They actually all go home.
I thought if the ball went through the uprights and landed in some gentleman's hat, that the losing team had to play with marmalades on their helmets.
I stand corrected. They have a fedora in the end zone.
Fedora.
If you kick it into the fedora, you win a Quincy box set. And a case of rickets.
I think the college rule is you get a shortened quarter.
Yeah, right over the laptop. It's more college rule talk. Sorry, what's that? What's the GPA there? Boo.
Yeah, that's perfect timing for college football talk, Eddie. Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Ed, cool. Call back with some fucking
God
college
damn
sports.
Kind of like it. You move past Anthony's thing way too fast, though. Imagine the team kicks the field goal, and then the other team has to play with marmalade on their helmets. So hopefully tie it or win the game.
And they can't do anything because there's too many flies in front of them.
Yes, the sweet marmalade would be drawing flies.
Just completely humiliate the other team and force them to spread marmalade on their helmets.
Well, then they release starving people onto the field, and they're all licking marmalade off the helmets.
Lick the helmets.
Interfering.
Yeah, you lick that helmet.
As they get orange marmalade on their fucking hungry fingers.
Hey, what about this Spanish in Lost? They're speaking a lot of Spanish, someone brought up.
Yes.
They couldn't wait around, but half the show's in Spanish. Nothing on that?
I don't know.
Hey, Cindy Shackelford. Wow.
Is she the married wife?
Yeah, she sued her husband's mistress for $9 million, and I believe she won.
Yeah.
What is this about?
There's a very obscure law. It has something to do with, and again, I'm quoting it wrong, but removal of affection or something like that. What is it? Do we know exactly?
I got to find the exact.
Interference with affection.
It'll probably
it's only in a few states. It's in like one of the Carolinas, Utah, or it might be Virginia. It's like in 4 states, I think.
I think it'll be in the story here. This is an easy one. We just have to listen.
And joining us now is Cindy Shackelford and her attorney, William Jordan, who join us this morning from Raleigh, North Carolina. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Cindy, let me start with you. Your husband sent a letter to the local paper, and he said numerous affairs that he had, numerous affairs going back to the first 2 years of marriage. He cited significant problems in the marriage, including 3 rounds of marital counseling that failed. Were you aware of your husband's other affairs, and what was the state of your marriage, Cindy?
I had absolutely no knowledge of any of his other affairs. We had a great marriage.
Oh, I bet you did.
He was very affectionate.
Was he?
We have 2 wonderful children. I mean, this is all a shock to me. It's all a shock to anybody that knows him and anybody that knows me.
Wow. Hearing her voice, I don't blame the guy.
Yeah.
Her voice is horrible.
And, you know, if everything was so hunky-dory there, where was the problem? Why was he going elsewhere?
We're a family. Could you guys meet with ProFlowers?
Stop.
She showed her true friendship. Jesus. We leave K-Rock. We haven't heard from her since.
Oh, like we won't be working somehow with her again.
No.
She's like a bad penny. She's like a bad penny. She keeps blowing everyone. Oh, wait a minute. Doesn't make sense.
Oh, God. Thank God I edited myself.
Oh, damn. Jimmy's going. Oh, he's getting pen. He's putting pen to paper. Jimmy's putting pen to paper.
Uh-oh. No, I'm not.
I like how he says, no, I'm not, and then you hear a Sharpie.
Yeah, then you hear a Sharpie squeak. Jimmy's writing. Okay. It's kind of a long one. I'm very excited to read this from Jimmy Norton. It's right after the line, she's like a bad penny.
No, I'm just...
Oh, shit! All right. That is so fucking evil.
Oh, my God. What did she do to you?
I love her.
Wow.
Oh. Wow.
$9 million. How shocked were you when you heard that amount?
I was surprised. It was totally up to the jury.
I want to ask your attorney, Will Jordan, about that. How did the jury arrive at this verdict?
Well, it's a loss of support. It's damages for emotional distress, the loss of society and companionship. Cindy's husband was a very successful attorney with a very substantial income, and her life was turned upside down economically.
This will be obviously overturned on appeal. The fact that she would sue the mistress, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, that makes
no
old
law.
Sense. No sense at all.
Alienation of affection, thank you, Danny, is the term. This sounds like balderdash. Excuse my French.
Watch it.
Never played Boulder Dash?
Boulder Dash.
It's horrible.
That's Boulder Dash.
I suck at it.
I like playing Pictionary and doing everything like by point, like I just grab my dick. I like playing Pictionary in front of elderly relatives, and they have to keep trying to guess. Like, let's just say the word is a mockingbird.
Yes.
I just stand up and I'll start like twisting my cock through my jeans while I wear sweats, and I'll just twist my cock. And then I just keep guessing, twisted ankle, injury.
Do they ever guess
Never.
correctly? No?
Never.
It's by twisting your dick.
Yeah, or I'll just outline the helmet in my fucking white spandex shorts and make the elderly relatives stare at it and guess. How is that a bridge over the River Kwai?
Oh, fuck.
It's a great way to kind of sexually assault someone without getting in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
Cindy, I would imagine this is more than just about money, that you said that Ann Lundquist intentionally sought to break up your marriage. How can you prove that? How did you prove that?
Exactly.
Well, intentionally, the first I met her at her home. My husband introduced me to her as his wife. She knew that we were married. I have emails. I knew that he was taking her home from work, from the office. And I didn't think it sounded right when it kept continuing, and he said she was just a good friend, and it just kept going. My message to people is, if your gut is that something's going on, follow it quicker than I did.
I'm not saying he's not a shitty husband, but do the courts have to get involved for $9 million?
Of course they do. $9 million.
Bunch of fucking dumb wives probably on the thing. She deserves some money. If your spouse is fucking somebody else, deal with it with your spouse.
Yeah. Maybe it's your fucking fault.
Maybe your pussy smells like fucking turnips.
You know, I'm sure there are numerous circumstances where the guy is just being a fucking scumbag, and that's that.
Absolutely.
I don't think any monetary reward should be there for that, but that's just what happens. But then there's also just scumbaggy fucking raggy shit women that aren't good at what they're fucking supposed to do. Bye!
And Cindy, what's your final message this morning to a spouse who is unfaithful?
Well, my main message is to all those women out there that might have their eyes on some guy that is married, to not come between anybody. If someone's divorced, that's one thing, but as long as a couple is still living together as man and wife, still the same home, the same bedroom, the same bed, lay off. I mean, it's not good to go in there and get in between that. It hurts the children. My children are devastated. I'm devastated. I thought Al and I joked about sitting on rocking chairs and having a glass of wine or whatever and talking about what our children did when they were little.
Sounds great.
That's never going to happen now.
Sounds like a blast. Suck his dick, dummy.
I guess he gave up the rocking chair because he wants to fuck someone in the butt. Oh, well, tee-hee. Sorry.
The rocking chair.
We actually talked about the rocking chair. And we would talk about what our children were doing.
That sounds like a thrill a minute to a guy. Shut it. He wanted to fuck someone.
It's amazing how rocking chair dreams will be given up for some girl without a gag reflex.
Yeah, rocking chair goes out the fucking window. Hey, I love whores. Saw we need a rocking chair once. Fuck you and your rocking chair.
Exactly.
Sit there alone, you old biddy.
Yeah, why don't you tape a fist to it and sit on it?
Yeah, get a fucking plunger, one of those suction cup dildos, and stick it on there to satisfy yourself in your old age.
Spend 1 out of your $9 million on rocking chair dildos.
As your husband's just fucking people. Oh, man. That dream of fucking growing old like that and that whole thing.
You don't like that dream, man?
Stop it. No.
Never works out that way.
It's not that way. You know, people can grow old together and stay married. You see it happens all the time. But they sure as shit aren't, it's not like in the movies where they're sitting there on a patio or a porch on a rocking chair staring off into the distant sunset talking about how great their life was. Shut up. They're complaining about each other.
Well, funny you should say that, Aunt, because it leads to the next story. A couple that grew old together.
Oh, yeah?
Let me tell you how this one ended.
Fucking sucking down Activia and shitting themselves.
Well,
if I see that commercial one more time, my God, Jamie Lee Curtis and her shit yogurt. That's great. You see those people eating it, and then they have to do the hand motion. They do a little hand motion like they're shitting.
Yeah.
And it really helped me out. Oh, we get it. You shit yourself.
Yes.
Good.
Are you breakdancing, or did you just shit into your loafers, madam? With that fucking Charlie Watts hairdo.
Jamie Lee Curtis. What the hell happened?
Let me show you how it's supposed to happen.
She hit a wall in a rocket sled.
Huh?
No? You ever see a rocket sled? They go fast.
No.
No. And this is a story where it has that ending.
All right.
This is the rocking chair ending. 90-year-old New York man charged with killing 89-year-old wife.
See?
A 90-year-old man has been charged with killing his 89-year-old wife in their home in a retirement community in Western New York in what police will describe only as an apparent domestic dispute. Virginia's body was discovered Sunday morning by a relative who called police. Her husband, John, was found in the apartment with self-inflicted wounds and was taken to a hospital. He just couldn't take it anymore.
No.
He couldn't fucking take it.
He couldn't take it.
Mm-hmm. charged with second-degree murder and has been transferred to jail. She enticed me.
She enticed me.
My entire life.
He just couldn't wait to kill that bitch.
Oh, no.
Finally had it. Well, because what happens with the old couples, you got a nice big house so you can avoid each other, and then eventually the kids step in and go, all right, look, it's time. We got to move you to the fucking home. And they move you into a one-bedroom.
Yeah.
And now they're on top of each other going, what the fuck?
Just bickering. They don't fight or argue. Old people bicker. Mm-hmm. They were bickering with each other before he fucking plunged the knife into her chest. Bickering. Shut up.
Shut up.
Just sit there with their fucking their old people problems. That happens every time you go to the diner. I talked about this before too. You can't sit at a fucking diner without some fossil couple or fossil women sitting near you, and all they talk about is disease,
medication,
death, medication. Who's fucking got this lopped off? Who fucking... Enough already. Shut up. I'm trying to eat. Ugh. Yeah, did you hear... With the second I'm sitting there and I hear, did you hear about Morris? And what, he got a fucking ice pick in the back of his neck. His wig fell off. Enough.
Yeah, Stephen S. from Bayshore writes, she's probably still bitching at him about forgetting Valentine's Day back in 1948.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got Joe Biden cursing some more.
A little more?
Yeah, a little more, actually.
Oh, my good God.
He's a potty mouth.
He sure is. I don't know what
kind of example is that to set.
Does he have to do an apology, you think, for the...
Yeah, why wouldn't he have to? I mean, you know what kind of an example the vice president is? The president, the vice president. These are true role models in our country. Not your sports stars who, when they curse on mic, they are chastised by everybody in the media.
They're in the middle of a game. There's a lot of fucking adrenaline.
That's why you're supposed to be cursing.
They have to pay fines and stuff.
Yeah, they pay huge fines for cursing and shit like that. Yeah, let's see that happen. Biden steps up, signing a goddamn bill, and he's fucking... It's just fucking huge. Yeah, fuck.
Unbelievable. He should go on.
Holy fuck.
He should go on and just apologize and go, I'm fucking sorry for saying fucking. That wasn't fucking right.
Yeah, you know, I'm really sorry about that. I shouldn't have fucking said that. That shit.
I know you're not a big Biden or Obama fan, but you got to appreciate that Biden saying fucking on live TV.
That was just, this is a fucking great bill. It's fucking huge. Holy, it's giant. You motherfucking, I can't believe you got it passed, you fucking. Holy, what a great day for everywhere. I don't think there's one that could ever even think they can accomplish something now. Because this is some bill. And you are some... Yeah. This bill is really going to help the...
Why do you do this bit to start the show? This is the bit.
Fucking Biden.
Love him.
I don't really
officially
enjoy the Joe Biden, but yeah, leave him alone. Who gives a shit?
Officially, we're done. Now the F word is
it should just be commonplace now.
At this point, yeah. But here's Biden maybe cursing.
Hello, folks. My name's Joe Biden. I'm from Scranton, Pennsylvania. I'm a senator because the first guys to me in 1972 were the United Steelworkers of America. The only reason I'm a senator. This is my Jill, or actually I'm her. And I'll introduce the next two people in their order of importance. The first and most important part, Michelle Obama. Did you hear her at the convention? I tell you, man, I always liked Barack, but I
her. See, it's not the first time, man.
He's out of control.
He's just out of control.
Oh, boy, they do call him a loose cannon, and now I can see why.
All right. We got this guy pissing. We were supposed to do this story last week. The man in Jersey.
What is this? A little sexual thing this guy's got?
I don't know.
Sexual
let's find out here.
Here he is. The 27-year-old, sources say, left at least 7 women here in Journal Square stunned after he came up from behind and urinated right on them.
That's like totally
and urinated right on them.
And you get the man on the street interview. She's going to go, that's totally disrespectful.
Yeah.
You think it is?
That's terrible.
Oh, really?
I'm surprised. I would never have expected that at this bus stop.
Oh, that's awful. I'm going to have to make sure I look out, because I wouldn't want that happening to me.
I'm going to bring my umbrella.
On them.
That's like totally disrespectful. I mean, the guy should be locked up for a long, long time.
Here's his M.O. Sources say Nitin Kumar Patel would walk up to women when they were getting on or off a bus, do his disgusting deed, and then run off. It went on for 3 months until sources say he finally got caught in the act. This time, doing it to a 16-year-old teenage girl.
Scary. I certainly wouldn't want that to happen to me, so it's scary.
I'd like to know why when they say 16-year-old, they have to say teenage girl.
Yes, because you can't say teen enough, Jimmy.
Yeah, teen
We've learned that.
We learned. Teen
a
is good.
16-year-old girl teen was urinated on her teen legs and her teen little shoes. Teen.
Just keep saying teen.
Teen. Well, this guy is, and the woman did just say what I was saying too. Oh, that's terrible. I'm gonna have to watch out. I wouldn't want that to happen to me.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Because it happens all the time. It's like with the stabbing in the subway we were talking about earlier. They went into the subway and talked to some people, and it's like, well, I haven't heard a lot of crime in the subway lately, but I guess I'm just gonna have to be a little more careful these days. Like it's running rampant. There's one stabbing in the subway, and they try to make it seem like everyone's got to panic.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's just how they do things.
Scary. I certainly wouldn't want that to happen to me, so it's scary.
And sources say detectives here in Jersey City were sure they had their man when at least 2 of the women positively ID'd him.
Andrea, you've been covering the story. What do we know about the suspect's past?
Well, Ernie, sources say he spent the last 7 years behind bars in prison on attempted murder and assault charges before he came back here and started making a lot of women in Jersey City very unhappy.
Maybe one's happy.
Exactly. Maybe one of them came in her shoes.
I'm going to lump this.
One said, it's about time. I've been waiting for this my whole life.
Where's that pissing Indian? I love him.
Finally, someone's pissing on me.
That's just a creep, man.
Yeah,
that's a little too much.
Some wacky people out there with some weird little fetishes.
I fault the women.
Yeah.
You do, Jimmy?
Asking for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man wants to tinkle, and they got to just get in the way.
Yeah.
That's what they get.
Japanese rape games back in the news.
Great, Jim.
Atom hydrogen colliders.
The rape. Yes, the rape game. I just saw the news was doing a story on it when the Swedish gentlemen were in.
Kind of hot, right?
I don't know what it is.
I'm just saying the images California? They were showing on TV as they were doing the story. Kind of hot.
Well, you know what it was? It was that fucking stupid anime we were talking about.
Hey, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We got some fucking people pissed with our anime discussion because we don't know what we're talking about. I guess anime is legit and the other one isn't. Kev, you know anything about this anime? Because all of a sudden I'm in the middle of this anime fucking thing. I'm like, all right, man, we're just trying to tell a few jokes.
All I know is when I hear people say anime porn, it's fucking anime porn.
But that's not. Some people were yelling.
Oh no, there's legitimate anime that the artist geeks that you see.
I'm like, all right.
You see at those fucking conventions, or I'm into anime.
All right,
the
man.
manga books and the stuff that Gene Simmons' kid rips off and tries to pass off as his own.
Yeah, that stuff. Wait, what happened? What's Gene Simmons' kid doing?
Nick Simmons.
For what?
He was caught blatantly plagiarizing some Japanese anime and passing it off as his own work in the States.
Wow. How about that? Wow.
How about that?
Well, the birds have come home to roost in that family, haven't they?
Hey, Big Kev, what's this anime thing about? But keep it, basic.
Well, there's a difference between anime porn and regular anime. Anime is just really bad Japanese storytelling, whereas porn anime is really bad Japanese storytelling with porn elements in it.
So what?
Hentai.
Yeah.
Look, hentai.
So we were watching hentai yesterday, or a couple days ago, not anime.
Right.
If these motherfuckers keep
All right,
telling me
so?
it's not, anytime I've heard anyone reference it, it's anime porn.
Look,
I've even seen it say anime.
And can't you get
on
away
the
with saying
boxes.
anime porn? Because that's all we know.
Of
It looks like
course.
anime, but they have cocks and pussies and fucking tentacles and.
All hentai is anime, but not all anime is hentai.
Exactly.
That's it.
So I was like, but still,
what the fuck
it's
is
Afghanistan animation. It's fucking Chimpo.
John Chimpo.
John Chimpo.
Sweden is just like
Afghanistan
Wisconsin.
animation.
Wisconsin is the state that is coming up. Go ahead. So that's it, Kev?
That's it. Yeah.
So if there's no
it's not a big
sex,
deal.
then it's anime.
Correct.
And
Well,
then
if it's not about sex, it's anime. If it's more about sex, then it's hentai.
Look,
But it
I
looks the
call
same.
it fucking anime.
Porn.
It's fucking anime
Sure.
porn. When I'm talking about anime, I'm not talking about this artistic fucking anime. Why would I even talk about it? I'm talking about glowing dicks and tentacled fucking creatures screwing obviously underage drawings of chinky schoolgirls in every hole possible.
Right. You're referring to maybe the Urasuki Doji series, which is
Exactly, the Urasuki Doji. What?
What is that?
That's the first big tentacled creature fucking girls series.
that was the
Breakthrough.
the innovator.
Breakthrough, yes.
And for some reason that took off.
Took off huge. There's like 6 of them.
Wow, everybody's ripping them off. Hoo-hoo. I invented the tentacle fucking.
I don't know. I'm with it. Anime porn.
Porn.
It's only the super into it people that feel the need to separate the two. That's all.
Somebody actually said, it's not anime, it's hentai. And then someone goes, I know, I wish someone would tell Anth that. Go fuck yourself. It did to me and to 99.9% of the people. It's anime porn.
You know, it's like when people go, dude, it's not comics, it's a graphic novel. It's just like, dude, it's
Shut
comics.
it. I understand people do say that and call it that, but for the layman, I'm sorry, you're so above us as far as anime fucking Jap smut goes. But I'll just call it anime. Okay?
I'd like to point out that, Ann, I think you'd be the same if somebody was arguing Star Trek versus The Next Generation.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know what?
fuck.
Still part of the Star Trek franchise.
Absolutely, but
Part of the Star Trek franchise.
But I think you would still be very pro the original series versus any of the subsequent shittier series.
Look, if fucking Uhura was getting tentacle fucked, it might be a different story. And that didn't happen in The Next Generation.
That's true.
And Whoopi didn't get one tentacle in her mouth or ass. Then there's a difference.
Let's get. Oh my! Japanese rape games back in the news.
The heart of Japan's electronics district, the world's games of tomorrow on sale today. On shelves in mainstream stores, plenty of what's known here as hentai games. Almost all feature girlish-looking characters. Some are violent, depicting rape, torture, and bondage in detail. Didn't take long to find a game where the object is revenge. Find and rape the woman who fired the player from his imaginary job. Most of this game we cannot show you. Hentai games are not new for Japan. This country has long produced products the rest of the world would call pornographic. But before the internet shrunk the world, it stayed here. A quick web search generates hundreds of Japanese games. Once a game goes on sale in Tokyo, it's digitized and shared everywhere.
The fucking news is ridiculous. They just turned on so many people to this whole thing.
Of course they did.
But they act like look what we're doing. We're doing something good for everybody. No, you're not. You just turned on. I didn't know about this shit. I'm going home and I'm going to go check some of this out now.
It's kind of funny because later in the story, they kind of reference that angle.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? Yeah, because they know about people who are finally onto them. Because they even played a little clip of the little Japanese girl like moaning and stuff.
Oh, yeah, it's all throughout
That
this
piques
piece.
your interest. Like, well, I gotta see more of this shit.
Yeah.
This one, called Rape Play, begins with a teenage girl on a subway platform. With a click of your mouse, you can grope her and lift her skirt. You, the player, stalk her, her sister, and her mother, following them on the train. What follows is a series of graphic, interactive scenes that we can't show you. Players can corner the women to rape them again and again, and it goes on from there. The game infuriated women's rights groups.
These sort of games that normalize extreme sexual violence against women and girls have really no place in our communities.
What do you think, Ant?
I think this is ridiculous.
I'll tell you something, man. It's stupid because I've played that Rape Lay game. I forget where I got a copy from, but I installed it and I tried playing it. It's just stupid. It's boring. You're just grabbing pixely titties and stuff.
It's just a dumb game in the end, right? The gameplay itself probably
It's not fun.
sucks.
It's not like I'm like, damn, I can't wait to get home today and finish raping that bit. It's just like
most
The
games.
news has the worst taste in games.
That's
You
what I
ever
was just
notice
going to say.
that?
I was going to say most games they are upset about
What is
suck.
the Flash animation games? No, what are they called? Help me out here. Like trying to land the plane in the Hudson when they quickly come up with those games. What's the name?
Yeah, just Flash games.
Flash games or whatever, right?
Those are
they make a big deal out of those when they're just a goof that we play for 5 minutes and move on to a
the
real game.
graphics suck. There's no storyline to it. There's no adventure, excitement. The game stinks. And then they bring it up on the news like everyone's fucking going to be playing this. No one gives a shit.
Well, because of the news, I will check this out now and see
now
what
you
it's
gotta
all
check
about.
it out because you know the news.
But the news is going to try to explain why they're doing this, I guess.
Rape play.
You were saying?
Well, they're going to explain. The piece goes on to explain how just everybody's all up. Well, I mean, it's just.
All right, let's play it.
Up in
You'll
arms.
see. Yeah, all right.
International outrage led the Japanese developer to pull the Rape Lay game from stores last year. But that didn't stop its spread. In fact, the controversy took it viral. That's how Lucy Kibble and Jim Gardner in England heard about and downloaded the game, as they told me over Skype.
It was just a fact. It was a controversial subject, and I wanted to try it, really, just to see what it was all about.
That global availability is why international women's rights groups say Japan needs to regulate game makers better, stopping creation of certain content.
What we are calling for, though, is that the Japanese government ban all games that promote and simulate sexual violence, sexual torture, stalking, and rape against women and girls. And there are plenty of games like that.
Sexual images are subject to censorship in Japan. For example, in the Rape Lay game, genitalia are obscured. But Japan does not have laws that restrict video game themes.
Did you feel offended as a woman?
No, not at all.
Lucy and Jim point out it is easy to find shoot-'em-up games, which no one seems to worry about.
It's escapism. That's why people play it. It's
the idea of banning it or telling people what they can and can't do just because on the off chance some kid might get involved in it is just ridiculous.
All right, good for those two. Escapism.
The
living in a little living in a little
reporter.
fantasy world for a little while.
Meanwhile, the reporters make their living on stuff like that.
Shit, that's what I'm getting.
That's their lives. If it wasn't for rape and murder, they'd have nothing to talk about.
They did more for these games than anyone else by reporting on it, right? Great marketing for the games.
GTA is a great game series in its own right, but I mean, do you think that GTA 4 would be as big of a game as it was without all the controversy that surrounded that one plus the previous entries? I mean, it got blown up to this godlike proportion of like, oh, this is the baddest ass game to have. When I think there's probably badder ass games out there. No offense to Rockstar Games or anything, but I mean, the news just blows these things up into things that that aren't.
To make them bigger than they are.
And there's plenty of these games. I mean, in Japan, it's
The
not
hand
just
can
rape
be
play.
used like a knife.
I play, and these games, they're boring.
I know. What are they getting at? You play the rape game and then you go and rape? Is that the angle they're going to take on this?
That seems to be what happens with every game, movie, anything you do, anything you look at, a magazine, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You will end up doing it.
Car crashes went drastically up after the GTA games hit the market.
I was just driving around
completely
like a
out of control. I mean,
you see me jumping my Escalade over fucking rivers.
And people not fucking stopping at red lights anymore.
Yeah.
It's an epidemic out there because of the
Steve
GTA
from Bayshore
games.
got that.
What'd you say, though?
I said I knew Steve from Bayshore got that joke.
Which one?
I just slipped one in. In the Ginsu knife joke.
Oh.
Never mind.
Yes, Kev.
They have the same fears about an upcoming movie called Kick-Ass. That the kids don't really have any superpowers or anything. They're just kids who are going out, fighting crime. And they have the same fears that there's going to be some copycat type things that happen because of that.
Too fucking. Why don't they just be afraid that parents are fucking pumping these little dopes out, and they're shit parents? How about this? Make a decision. 2 cars in the garage, or one of you stays home and fucking watches your little shit dick kid.
You're so fucking right,
So the
Jimmy.
rest of us, I don't care about
so
your fucking
fucking right.
kids.
Yes.
I don't care.
You're so fucking right.
I wish them well. I hope they're healthy and they succeed. But if I don't get any fucking credit for their success, I don't want to get blamed for
And
their
you
fucking
watch
failures.
You watch them. You watch
Exactly.
your fucking kids, and let me enjoy adult entertainment because I'm an adult. And don't try to ban everything because a kid might see it. Parenting.
I've been
Do
very
it.
careful where I put my cum.
Right.
Right.
Exactly. Right in my mouth.
Jesus.
You
guys want to rub beards?
Yeah, we're going to beard rub
Just
later.
sounds really...
Isn't that awful?
Yeah,
Let's
right.
go to Jason in North Carolina. Jason.
Because you'd probably still be able to talk with my cum in your mouth, but you're hard to talk like that. So it didn't spill.
Jason.
Yeah, everybody's all excited about these indie games, but I just beat God of War 3, and like Jimmy was saying, my neighbor came over with his kids, and he's like, I can't believe you're playing this in front of my kids. I was like, well, there's 2 ways in and out of this house. Go back out the way you came in.
Exactly.
You know, you're in my house.
Get the fuck out! You get the fuck out!
That's right, you little rattle-playing motherfucker.
It's my God of War.
You raping son of a bitch.
Randy?
I mean, we're all Marines there, and they know that we do shit like this, so there's no reason that he should bring his kids over to my house when I'm playing a game like this, you know?
Right.
So,
All right.
Better playing the
job,
game
brother.
than jerking off in front of the computer.
Yeah, let's-
You know, it comes in, I'm jerking off. I'm like, hey, don't bring your kid over.
Let's go to Brian in Canada. Is this
Brian.
Brian, you're calling back?
Again?
yeah, how's it going, guys?
2 calls in one day?
That's-
I don't know if we allow this,
that's
especially
crazy.
international. All right,
No,
go
this is
ahead.
this is my first call of the day.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's just another Brian in Canada?
Common name up there.
Yeah, it must be.
No idea.
All right.
See, up here, boys, we call it pornimation. That's all there's no hentai shit up here.
Just
Pornimation.
Pornimation?
Yeah, all right, that works.
Sure.
Thanks for the tip. Thanks for the little info.
No problem, boys.
Call
Have a good day.
stunk.
All right.
Yeah, it was terrible.
It's called sucked ass.
All right, we got a little something for everybody. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Yeah, I like to shoot him right now.
Locked in his cage, it's clear Noah is in big trouble. Bill Hamrick is furious that the 7-year-old monkey attacked his brother again, the second time in 2 weeks, though this time his brother needed surgery.
He looks worse than what he did the first time because he had blood completely all over him.
Noah's owner, Joseph Babe Hamrick, was feeding Noah a pork chop when the monkey went berserk, chomping Hamrick's calves and severing his left pinky finger. Joseph Hamrick choked Noah until the animal passed out and put him back in his cage. After the first attack, Joseph Hamrick said he couldn't bear to lose the monkey.
It would probably kill me. I'll tell you what it'd do. I wouldn't be able to handle it, seriously.
But Noah's owner is now reconsidering Noah's fate, telling his brother he was ready to get rid of the monkey.
So I'll be honest, I'm scared of him. And I told Babe, you know, he needs to put him down.
Animal Control says it can't do anything because the attacks are in the owner's home, plus Hamrick has an exotic pet license.
So this guy's got a monkey that just keeps attacking him.
That's fantastic.
Why would you have a monkey in your house at this point?
People like monkeys. They're cute. You dress them up like little engineers. Remember watching Little Rascals, how fun it looked when Spanky had a monkey?
Why did he have a monkey?
Spanky always had a little monkey.
Oh, he didn't have a monkey?
He had a monkey, and he dressed in a little beret, and he put a little, like, engineer outfit on it. Yeah, Spanky had a monkey. Not all
Spanky?
the time, but...
Did he really have a monkey?
Yeah.
Did Spanky
When my
have a
back
monkey?
pension comes in, I'll get you that monkey, Spanky.
How do you remember that line? Jesus.
There's something wrong with you, dude.
My sister had a baby monkey. You know what I said?
What?
I said, I was like, I'm going to be a monkey's uncle.
Oh, Chip, because...
I can stand you.
I know.
I
don't you
can't.
hate
What
him?
would you have done if you didn't get to do comedy? I just want to know, if you didn't get to do this for a living, what fucking creep you would have been at some fucking warehouse just bugging everybody.
I would have been 70 pounds heavier driving a forklift.
That monkey's got some fucking fangs.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
By the way, dude, I found out what was wrong with your fucking milk.
What?
There's a very similar story.
Don't fucking... we already... Go ahead. Sorry, I blew it, but go ahead.
Well, I don't know if you covered the
Go
story.
ahead.
Did you guys cover it?
Yeah, we did. That's the only reason. But go
Did
ahead.
you? Bottle of water?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know you covered that.
Are you saying that someone is
Well, we just mentioned it in passing.
jizzing in my bowl of cereal?
Yeah.
What a creep. Man arrested for jerking off into a coworker's water bottle.
Twice.
We did the headline. We didn't get deep into the story.
Oh, what a creep. He looks like Elo, young Elo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he jerked off into her.
Ugh.
What a scumbag.
Ejaculating into colleagues' drink.
But who... Did she drink it?
The first time, and she said she felt sick and she didn't. There was something wrong. He probably shook it up.
Oh, no.
And then the second time,
Oh,
she.
my God, I just got fucking that.
I'm thirsty. Me too. But then the second time, she took it to a fucking a lab and they analyzed it and they tied it to that scumbag through DNA.
What kind of job?
Oh, Pete texted me. My agent Continental does the same thing. Office job, yeah.
Just an office job.
Yeah, he was. What happened was there was a job opening for cum in the bottle guy, and he wanted it, and he was just.
You know what? Yes, Chris.
Was he stalking this broad?
I don't know, man. That's not even sexual. That's angry.
You heard Phil Davidson by now, right?
Phil Davidson.
Phil Davidson fucking rules. He cut the promo trying to get nominated for treasurer in a county in Ohio.
Oh God, that's the video.
This guy
I saw a minute of
fucking
it.
rules talking about politics. This guy lost his he basically did a wrestling promo.
Did he? Wrestling.
This
promo.
thing is everywhere. I mean, everywhere.
Oh, he looks like a lunatic.
Yeah, I got the highlights here because it is a little long. But check out Phil Davidson.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Starr County Republican Party Executive Committee, good evening. And thank you not only for your attendance,
brother,
but for allowing me the opportunity to speak.
Is people watching?
My name is Phil Davidson, and I am seeking our party's nomination for the position of Starr County Treasurer on November 10th.
Does he break through a wall
November
and fall down?
2010. Excuse me.
The shock
In terms of my background, I am from the village of Minerva, where I am serving my 13th year of elected service as a Minerva Council member.
And I got 2 radio shows.
In terms of education, I have a bachelor's degree in sociology, a bachelor's degree in history, a master's degree in public administration, and a master's degree in communication.
Wow.
In terms of elections across Starr County, I have represented our party twice on the county ballot in both the primary and the general elections. When I ran for Starr County Clerk of Courts in 1996 and Starr County Commissioner in 2000, and I will not apologize for my tone tonight.
For his what?
His tone.
Oh.
He said my toad.
I know. It sounded like his toads and ice.
That was just the warm-up, and then he's really amps it up big
What a
time.
fucking fool.
Yeah, he's got a podium, and he didn't really...
He's pacing.
He's pacing. He didn't really memorize his speech. He has to keep going back to the podium to see what his next line is.
What was I going to say?
It's amazing how there's a fine line between impassioned speaker and blithering idiot.
A lunatic.
Right.
I have been a Republican in times good.
Okay.
In
now he's
times good. Oh no! When people start reversing the order of words to sound poignant.
Yes, like Yoda.
And he messes up his own quote coming up here, too, yeah.
I have been a Republican in times good, and I have been a Republican in times bad. Woo!
He's got to go back to his...
Albert Einstein issued one of my most favorite quotes in the history of the spoken word, and it is as follows. In the middle of opportunity, excuse me, in the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. I'm going to repeat that so I have clarity tonight. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. This is the opportunity we've been waiting for. The Starr County Treasurer's Office is a mess. It is in dire need of structure and guidance. And now is the time to seize this opportunity with an aggressive campaign and an even more aggressive campaigner. If nominated tonight, I promise each and every person in this room I will hit the ground running, come out swinging, and end up winning.
I thought this was Bob during negotiations. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What is wrong with him? Why would you do this?
He wants the gig. And then he ends real strong here.
Oh, he does?
Knowledge is power. Let's tap into this knowledge and use it as a tool to win the treasurer's office. Let's use this knowledge not only as a tool, but as a weapon. We must win this election. If nominated tonight, I will win this election. And I'm going to say that again so there's no miscommunication tonight. If nominated tonight, I win. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell Randy Gonzalez. I'm coming. Both barrels, guns loaded. I believe in the entities and the principles of the National Republican Party, the State of Ohio Republican Party, and the Stark County Republican Party. And if nominated, I will not hide those beliefs on my march to victory on Election Day. If nominated tonight, I can guarantee with 100% certainty that what you are seeing from me tonight is what everyone outside those doors is going to get over the next 8 weeks. I used to be an idealistic thinker. I am now a pragmatic thinker. Government may be about service. Politics is about winning.
Jesus. Oh, my God, King. You hear that? Phil Davidson's all revved up for WrestleMania.
You know what? Chris nailed it on instant feedback. Chris C. in Virginia. And I live in a van down by the river. Got a little Farley in him, right?
Woo! Wow, he's a little too revved up.
Yeah.
That is someone you watch and go, that's a crazy person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, who's he running against?
I don't know. It's all a joke.
And it sounds like some kind of like shitty office. Like, who gives a shit office?
He's
treasurer of fucking Stark County.
What does that mean?
Gives a shit.
Make sure the politicians keep their Starbucks bill down or something.
Keep the fucking
what
parking meter money coming in.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna win. Right.
Do we have the horse story?
Horse? Oh, there was a horse story?
Yeah, my brother-in-law just texted the story to me.
Actually, look at the poor
Suffolk
horse.
investigators.
I hope that's the horse.
Searching for suspects that sexually abused a horse.
They can't show the entire horse's face.
Yeah.
Victim.
That fucking Martling joke. Horse walks into a bar. The bartender goes, "Why the long face?" He says, "I have cancer."
Fucking Martling.
That was a good one.
I added a line to that too.
Oh, you did you?
And then he goes to the bartender. I better have a drink before I die today or something.
Oh, Chip, good tag.
Fucking Jackie's like a friend of the show. What world are we living in? How did that happen, eh?
He had some great jokes, man.
I was thinking of that fucking cancer joke, actually.
Yeah,
what a funny line that was.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, so despicable.
He's great, man.
That's right.
He's quickly becoming a regular on the show.
Especially since the horse actually walked into a bar and answered the question.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's a real reason.
He shouldn't be in the bar.
Why is he in a barn?
Care of himself.
Having oats.
Yes.
Is there a news report on this, or we got to do some of that dumb reading?
Reading.
I don't want to fucking read today.
Oh, we got
I say we.
I just like watching stuff on our radio show. Makes it so much easier.
Everybody give me compliments on my windows.
Oh.
And they'll walk past and say, "Your windows are beautiful." I said, "Thank you." I said, Window World did it. I left the sign out there for a week.
Did you?
Window World.
And someone
Simply
stole
the
it.
best for less.
Who is this bitch?
Tonight about an extreme case of animal abuse in Suffolk, but we want to warn parents out there right now. The story
This will
is
get your
graphic.
cocks hard. So pull those fucking little cock blockers out of the room.
Can we pause this?
Violated a horse named Angel.
Going back to what Jimmy says a lot. This isn't news.
No.
Why are you putting this on your news and then you got to warn the children and everything? How about you just not do this story on your stupid news report? They'll get the guy.
They don't want parents to have to sit there and discuss bestiality with their children.
Right, exactly.
Like, you know,
you're putting parents in a bad situation. They got to sit little Johnny down and talk about how some men like horse cock up their heinies.
And is there ever enough time to really explain to the child that he's got to leave the room and why? And, you know, they go, please have the children leave the room. Horse fucking! Horse fucking!
Well, like, why not explain to the kid, Mama, why man put weenie in horse hiney? Well, because sometimes the mother won't allow the husband to put the weenie in the hiney, so he goes out to the barn and does it to the horse. Explain to your kids.
You should have an open conversation
Absolutely.
about horse fucking with your children.
Mama, why woman put horse weenie in her? Well, sometimes the woman might be not getting fucked properly.
Yes. She had an odd upbringing. Yeah. There's an uncle involved.
Go back to the politician. A lot of people coming up with the line, it's still real to me, damn it.
Yeah, he sounded like him, too.
Yes.
Yelling idiot.
Yeah, did you go back a little bit? All right, here we go.
Tonight, investigators are searching for the person who viciously violated a horse named Angel. As News Channel 3's Julia Olobanje reports, the key question is who would do such violent things, and could that person strike again?
Last night, we told you the horrific story of this horse named Angel. Angel's owner, Joy Jocko, came home on Labor Day to find her horse bleeding profusely. When an emergency vet and police arrived to Joy's Suffolk home, they told her that someone had sexually assaulted her horse, possibly with a blunt object like a baseball bat. What type of person would do this to a horse? Dr. Louis Janda, a professor of psychology.
Possibly with a baseball bat. Police are either looking for a white man with a baseball bat or a nude black man.
Fucking baseball. I'm out. I thought this was a fun story. This isn't fun.
I thought the guy was just hopping on board and getting a little. And
horse doesn't even know, continues eating its oats.
Baseball bat.
Can handle a man's penis, no problem, but I don't think it can handle a fucking baseball bat.
Apparently not, rookie.
Shitter.
That rookie horse. Fucking homophobic horse.
Yeah, there's no horse.
Poor Angel.
Just turned from fun to tragic.
At ODU says it's probably someone with dangerous tendencies.
Somebody who can harm an animal doesn't really have the sense of empathy that most of us have.
Pause that for a second. Dr. Louis Janda really hit the nail on the head. Somebody who fucks a horse in the ass with a baseball bat may have violent tendencies. Either that or he just loves baseball, Doc. You asshole. Of course he does.
These dumb news experts. Always just
saying anything
stating
we
the
don't
obvious, right?
How about this? Any person that rapes any creature with a stick used to hit a baseball has violent tendencies.
Problems.
You could be on the fucking news as an expert,
Sure
Jimmy.
could.
That should be your new character, Expert Jimmy.
That's right. Well, any man who uses a horse as asshole when he's supposed to be bunting probably has violent tendencies.
Right. But you just throw probably in there, and you would be good.
This guy.
Creatures suffer. So if they lack that empathy, they're likely to hurt other people as they get older.
Right. We could be talking about somebody who's walking around looking like you or me.
Pause that. Except for the fact they have a baseball bat with horse intestines hanging off the end of it.
Right.
They don't look like us there. They look like you or me, meaning they walk on their hind legs, but they have a bat over their shoulder, and it smells like shit. And there are horse tears on the other end of it. There's shit on one end, and horse tears.
Horse tears.
Big, salty, embarrassed horse tears.
Oh, the poor guy.
What idiots these people are. Of course he looks like you and me. What do you think, it's a guy with 8 legs? It's not a giant centipede that raped a horse. It's a guy. Fucking idiot.
God bless you.
Oh, hey, Anthony, it's Angel. You have any Vaseline? Or a towel I could sit on? Thank you.
Police are searching for a man named Wilbur.
With someone who was capable of this type of act.
Dr. Darlene Colson says the fact is this horse abuser may be someone who functions quite well on the surface.
Except
As an alternative, it could be someone who is a loner.
when he begins masturbating during certain scenes in The Godfather. That's where he wouldn't be a normal person. He thought Jack Waltz fucked that horse to death. It changed his life.
He's stalking Sarah Jessica Parker.
He gets an erection whenever somebody says their throat is really, really sore. Horse.
What is this dummy saying?
Was not functioning well. There's really just no way to say.
Of course he's not functioning well. He had to use a baseball bat in lieu of his hard penis.
Yes. Both Dr. Janda and Dr. Colson say even if this person is caught, this type of mental illness is hard to treat.
For people who lack empathy, attempts at treatment are fairly limited. You know, if you just don't have that sense, it's hard to change someone so that they feel something.
How about speech impediments? Can we fix that?
Thank you.
You big-tongued zilch.
Lisping ass.
Horse asshole doctor.
Also, you hear the dog getting fucked in the background as he's talking? You might want to check on your own dog.
That's not a winner in the fucking medical school fucking lottery. The guy that has to sew up the horse's asshole when it's bleeding and it's got fucking pieces of wood in it.
Splinters.
Yeah, splinters. Little horse's rectum. Oh, the horse angel.
This type
Little angel.
Yeah.
of mental illness is hard to treat.
For people who lack empathy, attempts at treatment are fairly limited.
Very difficult.
Is this another Prosper guy?
So that they feel something when they see people or animals suffer. So
Now, both doctors say they don't want to stereotype, but usually this type of offender is younger and sometimes adolescent males. Suffolk police say whoever did this was seen leaving the area.
How's that stereotyping?
In a silver
Jesus,
pickup
what a
truck.
fucking politically
So call the
correct
timeline if
idiot
you have
country.
any information. Live at the control room.
It's a white guy with a fucking smelly bat.
Yeah.
That's who did it.
Fuck, I didn't know there was a bat involved.
I know. It was probably the other handle. It was like pine tar. He didn't have any pine tar. The old George Brett. You got shit on my baseball bat. What's the guy's excuse going to be? He was just warming up and the horse backed into him.
He's using the horse as a donut.
He used the line behind the horse wouldn't move fast enough. Come on, buddy, let's go. That stuff happens. He's just a javelin thrower with great aim. Could have been anything. Maybe the horse dared him.
God! Ah! 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 Oh my God! Ah! 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 That's better. God!
Ta-da! Do you get it? Poor Angel.
We got a girlfriend shoe shopping thing.
All right. Yeah, we were talking about this. I heard this story on the way in.
But this guy had to have other issues, right?
I would hope it's not just the fact that his wife or girl, whatever it is, pissed him off shopping.
Girlfriend's shoe shopping drives man to jump to his death. A man reportedly fed up with his girlfriend's marathon 5-hour shopping spree.
Stop it, 5 hours.
Jumped 7 floors to his death from an upper level of a Chinese mall.
7 floors? What is it, a pagoda? Jesus.
Right, yeah.
Little fucking Chinese tower.
38. Had been carrying bags for his...
What's his name?
What?
I didn't realize you were saying the man's name.
That's how you say it.
I show respect.
Yeah, no.
I do Chinese names.
You pronounce it correctly.
38. Had been carrying bags for his shopaholic gal pal around a busy shopping mall in Zhuzhou, in the eastern province of Jiangsu Province.
Province, yes.
According to the Daily Mail in London. When the girlfriend asked him to come with her to one more store for a shoe sale, Tao lost it,
witnesses say. He told her she already had enough shoes, more shoes than she could wear in a lifetime, and it was pointless buying any more.
You have enough shoes.
She started shouting at him, accusing him of being a skinflint.
Is that him?
Yeah.
Jesus.
What?
They show it? I got a picture of this guy. Fucking splattered on the floor.
Wow, she said he was a skinflint and of spoiling Christmas. It was a really heated argument. The shouting match then took its tragic turn when Tao tossed all the shopping bags and jumped over a balcony safety railing, dropping 7 stories. Wow. He clipped several holiday decorations on his way.
He certainly did. You could see him.
Before impact and death.
What a holly jolly way to go.
I wonder if he had any other issues besides the shopping.
No. It's probably just the shopping.
Oh.
I've been
5 hours?
I've been in that boat before.
It's probably a hack to say, but I mean, you really do start losing your fucking mind.
Fucking insane.
You just feel like it's never ending. Like
It's never going to
forever.
end. Especially when you first get in there, you just know how long you're going to be there, and then trying to get out, you're just almost at the door, and then they go, oh, one more thing. Let me look like Columbo. Pardon me, one more thing. Like, no, I'm done.
I wanted to try this on before we go.
Chase Culpepper, 16, who prefers male pronouns, wears girls' clothing and makeup every day as an outward expression of his inner self, but that freedom...
Isn't everybody's clothing an outward expression of their inner self?
What are you laughing at? It's so ridiculous.
Just the language and the description and all the
How
detail.
dare you laugh at these kids?
I just think it's funny that it takes that much detail to explain a person.
Right.
It's the self-importance,
Yeah.
or the needing a definition that is different than everyone else.
Is the news story on online?
This is a print version. I can,
because I saw a news story about this on in video. You know, it's kind of cool to listen to the reporter tiptoeing around all the words, and yeah, it's just
like
abomination.
Like I say every time this comes up, we need more time. We need more time as a society to understand this stuff.
There's the story. You want to do it this way? It's always kind of fun.
There's some good stuff in this version.
Yeah.
though.
we can do both. We can
Let me finish this, and then we'll go to the news
They're
story.
not mutually exclusive, guys.
Yes.
But that freedom was allegedly stifled on March 3rd at the DMV in Anderson. Workers accused him of not looking the way a boy should and refused to take his picture while he was wearing makeup.
He's pretty femmy.
This is why I wanted to read this. According to the Transgender Legal Defense and Education Fund, or TLDEF.
The gay people have the longest acronym ever. Enough. I can't even get it. The LG...
BTQ.
What? BTQ.
LGBT.
And then they keep adding fucking letters to the end of it.
Slow down. Is he gay?
He's not. He's a gender nonconformist.
He's a gender nonconformist.
So he's like Eddie Izzard. He likes to wear like Ed Wood.
No, this guy is into dudes.
Well, he didn't say he was into dudes, and you're making judgments.
I am making
You shouldn't
judgment.
be judging. He's a gender nonconforming teen.
Thank you,
He
Opie.
loves the dick.
But he wants to be called he, so he's not saying he's transsexual. He's saying I'm a he, and I guess he likes women. But I want to dress
we
this
don't know
way.
for sure.
Oh, we don't know. Okay.
He's gender nonconformist.
He's a gender nonconforming teen. He's
So
like,
it's a
hey,
mystery.
man, don't put a label on me, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, Opie.
Maybe he swings both ways, boys and men.
You think it's going to
Saturday
be?
Night Fever.
You think it's going to be an option in a job application? Male,
I think it's
female,
already
gender nonconforming teen.
You know, eventually, they will have to. They'll cave into it.
Well, no, there is a thing where you can write male, female. I prefer not to tell.
I prefer not to tell?
On many applications, like for colleges and stuff, you can prefer not to.
I am so not hiring anyone that checks off I prefer not to tell.
Yeah.
I just want to say that.
That's a simple question on an application. Yeah. Dick, no dick. That should be the checkbox.
If you check the I prefer not to tell, I don't want anything to do with you.
Even I was in college 10 years ago, and they were trying to protest that there should be a third bathroom, male, female, and then other.
Why?
Because what about those that do not so you don't feel comfortable in a male or female bathroom.
I want a toilet like where you wash your hair at the hair place with a neck thing, so you can just put your head in there and get pissed on. Wouldn't that be great? You just fucking put your head back, lean your head back.
You joke, but good Lord knows I've tried to design one.
We go to the bathroom many times every day.
Yes,
and there's gay guys in there pretty much every time you go in. What? Pretty much.
Yeah, once you walk in.
Pretty much.
I couldn't jump on that fast enough.
And I don't give a I don't care.
But it's not for gay people. It's for trans and genderqueer people. Nonconformists.
And is there a bit of an excitement to the gay guys being in the bathroom with straight guys?
Jim?
Well, you know, it's funny. I'm a nonconformist.
Yes.
I don't.
Yes. But how does that work? Are they titillated a little bit because they're in a bathroom with straight guys?
You would think that if you're attracted to men, being able to go in the men's room would be something that would be a little exciting. If I was allowed to go into the ladies' room and listen to girls pissing and fucking, they come out pulling their pants up and shit like that, it would be exciting in some way, shape, or form sexually.
There would be some titillation going on.
Exactly.
So why don't we give a fuck?
I don't know.
And why should other people give a fuck?
Guys don't really care, but girls don't care either if there's a lesbian
No, girls
in there.
would care a lot if all of a sudden guys were going...
No, if a dude were, but if there's a lesbian in the bathroom, girls don't give a shit about that.
Oh, I
and
see
if
what you're
there's a
saying.
guy that's gay in the bathroom, unless you're one of these, gay bashers, I don't want no queer in my bathroom. You don't care either. For the most part, no one gives a shit.
That is a weird thing. Like, if you're a male, you're supposed to be comfortable if there's a gay guy in the locker room, and that's fine. Even though you know that you're in his sexual attraction range.
Right.
But as a woman, you can't say, well, you have to be comfortable with a male in the locker room.
Right.
Because you're in his sexual attraction range.
Right. You're still in that, you're attracted to that type of person.
And they'll say, well, the threat of violence, and we're not talking
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, if you even discuss it openly, you mean you want to punch people in the face.
Yeah.
That seems to be the way we operate in this day and age. Talk about it, you want to punch him in the face.
I like to announce loudly, I bet you would like a look at this. You're usually in a stall.
That'd be great.
I bet you would love to gaze at this.
Oh, man, I'm holding a treat in my hand.
Yeah, I don't know. So where are we? All right, so we're up to the TLDEF, which is the Transgender Legal Defense and Education Fund. The government should not be in the business of telling men and women how we are supposed to look as men and women. Michael Silverman, executive director of TLDEF, told the Daily News.
Michael or Michelle? I have no idea.
Chase wiped the makeup from his face and removed the mascara from his eyelashes, posed for the picture, and took home his license, but he wasn't happy. TLDEF says the DMV stifled the teen boy's freedom of gender expression, deliberately suppressing the more feminine and
Wait, gender what?
Gender expression?
Is that what it is? Gender expression?
Gender expression, deliberately suppressing the more feminine and androgynous, thank you, aspects of his personality.
Holy fuck.
We want Chase to be able to go back to the DMV in Anderson, his hometown, and have his photo taken the way he looks every day with makeup on.
I could give a shit. Go ahead. Take it. If women can wear makeup on their fucking license picture, and you're a dude, and that's how you dress, and you want to be a chick, fuck it, wear makeup. Who cares? Like I said, it's not like they're putting on fake nose and eyebrows and shit like that.
I saw the picture. It's subtle makeup too. You would still be able to recognize the guy, or the what? The non-conforming teen.
He's okay with
gender
He prefers male pronouns. He's a gender nonconformist, a gender nonconforming teen.
Play the video and you'll see.
Because if you say the wrong thing, all of a sudden you're hateful.
Yes.
Like if you don't, that's the problem. The DMV, they are dicks.
Yeah, that's a big
but you
move,
can't expect everybody just to know this stuff, and there are people that just don't understand what it is you're doing.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean everyone's a fucking sexophobe or hateful.
Exactly.
Is this reporter actually walking toward the camera?
Yes, doing that move.
Are they still doing that?
You don't like
In
that?
3, 2, 1. I'm here at Bob. Shut up.
Walking, talking.
Yep, doing the walk and talking.
Let's see her walk and talk.
toward the
the
camera.
first to tell you that it's complicated.
And the pullback
Chase
of the
Culpepper
camera.
says that he was worried about
Good
passing
shot.
the test, not taking his photo. But he says that
Full screen.
excitement faded when he was told that if he wanted his driver's license, he would have to change his appearance.
They show the
For
ignition.
many, driving is a coming of age.
Boy.
I was nervous for driving so
Alright, he's
light
gay.
before the test.
A taste of independence.
I wasn't gonna, I guess, like anybody else
all
wanted
right.
to be.
He's gay, right?
He's a gender nonconformist. We've already been over this.
That's
gay.
That's gay. Right?
He's got the gay voice.
The gay
voice. And the gay face. He's got the gay voice. The gay voice. 9 out of 10 times when you hear that voice, the person's... I mean, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But not every gay guy sounds like that.
That's very true.
He's pulling it off. You know, I've seen worse.
Oh, yeah, I've paid worse. He's quite a delight, Chase.
Chase. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
This cautious young driver aced the test with a perfect score. The photo is what caused a roadblock at the Anderson DMV office.
He said that I could not wear a disguise to take my photo.
He's cute.
And according to her, like, me wearing makeup would be a disguise.
Tell Chase I said
And
what's
that
up.
I did not look like a
Chase.
boy should.
Chase shared these before and after photos. To him, this was not about
have
deception.
to not wear makeup.
Yeah,
it's a fucking chick.
That's very close.
That's a chick.
And the makeup, you're right. That makeup is not caked on or
the
crazy.
before and after,
so close.
It's not that different.
It's not different at all.
Yeah, you should be able
Which
to do
proves
that.
that the DMVs, they're dicks.
They're dicks, yeah.
It's
'Cause
probably, you know what it is?
It wasn't like you had clown makeup on.
Right.
Or something. That was
Guaranteed.
really.
It was probably some ugly chick at DMV that was pissed off that this dude was prettier than her. Way prettier.
Or some guy fighting the tent in the front of his pants.
Yes, maybe that's
Not unlike some people in this room.
Take that makeup off, you fucking.
You gotta look
slut.
like a boy.
Yes,
I can't handle this.
Yeah, just freaking out that it's getting hard on.
Yeah.
But the other side of it,
yeah,
I think there's a lot of people that go to DMV and try to fuck around with their picture.
Yes.
You think?
So
Yeah.
I think they're used to having to tell people, like, knock it off, but they got caught because this kid really wasn't going for any fucking joke.
This is who he really is.
It would
yeah.
be
Right.
such an obvious.
If you really want to have a serious conversation about it, I bet the DMV deals with that shit a lot. Because how cool is it when every once in a while you see someone's driver's license and they were doing something goofy, and you always say, how the fuck did you pull that off?
Yeah.
I have a great driver's license photo that I kept the face on the entire time just so I could do it.
Yeah.
A big, you never saw my photo?
Oh, what'd you do?
You've probably seen it. Just that big dumb smile.
Oh, yeah, your big dumb
Stuff
smile.
like that.
Which is, by the way, supposed to be against the rules. You're not supposed to smile.
That's from a few years ago.
It is now.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to smile.
Right. Smiling.
Or you can't
What?
show your teeth or something.
You look different.
I had to take my glasses off.
Oh.
Why?
That's bad.
They said you can't have anything on your face.
Oh. Except cum.
Exactly.
Bukkake.
Yeah,
That was
I didn't have to
bukkake
wipe
Yeah, could you take
video.
off that white clown makeup? Well, you might be. There's a little misunderstanding here.
All right, we got to go with this guy.
Oh, shit. Yeah?
Yeah, you know. We are heard in the South, after all.
Oh,
Dan in
okay.
Florida.
Well, let her rip.
Go
Hi,
ahead,
Dan.
Dan.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Good morning.
Hello.
Morning.
Hey, quick question. If it's okay for the guy to wear makeup, you know, Anthony, going back to your conversation, how about a girl who comes in with a beard and mustache? To use your exact words, would that be okay, or would they make her remove that?
Like a
Second
fake
part of-
beard and mustache? I would
Yeah, I
assume
mean-
they would make her remove that because it's coming off as a disguise and not, you know, a natural.
But how do they don't know that. The second point I want to make, and I'll get off there, I want to bounce off real quick.
Wait, well, you got to slow down a little
you're
bit.
panicking.
Yeah.
Relax.
I think everyone's in agreement. Hold on. I think everyone's in agreement that you can't show up at the DMV with a fake beard and mustache.
Yeah, no one can do that.
But a girl
No one
could
can
wear
do that.
but a girl could wear makeup.
Yeah.
And he's wearing makeup. It's the same
But they
thing.
don't know that it's not a fake makeup thing. To them, I mean, if he showed up with Halloween makeup, they'd say take it off.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but when
Right.
you look at the before and after, like that was my first thought.
Right.
When you look at the before and after, it's so close. It's not at all different.
It didn't make it didn't make a difference at all.
I prefer to have dinner with the one on the left. However, they're not that
Because it comes down to a cop's pulling you over and they want to see your license. So whether this kid has makeup on or not, it's the same person. You would not be tricked by...
You know that's him.
Right.
Here's the
Thank you.
problem we have in this country. We're all looking for these set black and white rules. This or this or that. And there's a gray area in everything where common sense has to take over. The person behind the counter at motor vehicle, if they look at a woman wearing a fake beard and mustache, yeah, take that off. Why? Well, you're in a disguise. If this dude comes in with makeup on and looks like a pretty girl, then you fucking let him take the picture.
Right.
Yeah,
There's
but
common
Anthony,
sense.
you just said a moment ago that if a guy comes in with a beard and a mustache, it's okay.
Yes, because you're using common sense. Guys will grow beards and mustache. They do change their look, not to avoid a prosecution most of the time, just because they're changing their look, their hairstyle even, things like that. It's common sense to allow a man that has a beard or to take a picture like that, even though he could shave the beard off. It's not common sense to allow a woman to wear a fake beard. That's just how it is. You should be able to use some brain power in your job and not look to this almighty book of rules. Throw it away. Throw it out.
Get a new rule book.
Get a new rule book. Throw it out. Gilly,
but you're not allowed to use common sense anymore.
No.
You'll get in a lot of trouble for trying to use common sense.
It's like religious freedom. You're allowed to have religious freedom, but like what if you wore a yarmulke for your license photo because it wouldn't interfere with your photo? You're allowed to.
Yeah.
But if like that, remember that Muslim woman fought to wear her. What's that?
The burqa lady.
Yeah, but I don't think you're allowed to do that.
No,
so her religious freedom isn't as good because common sense dictates, religion or not, we have to see your face for a photo.
You have to.
Correct.
It's part of the reason.
You're not
there's
using
a
common
picture
sense.
on there. Right.
You're arguing like 13-year-old Jimmy Norton.
The other part of it is, and I apologize for stepping on you guys, a lot of coffee this morning,
That's right.
but a driver's license is not a right. It's a privilege. So if you want to be a nonconformist, if you want to do whatever you want to do to express yourself, that's fine. You just don't get a driver's license because the driver's license is used as a visual identification for financial institutions, for military, for police, for anything like that. It needs to be something that's easily identifiable.
Yeah, it's a necessity, dude. It's not a privilege even. It's a necessity to have ID.
And it's a tricky situation to have the state dictate what you can and can't wear religiously on certain identifications. It's a tricky little area.
And Dan, have you seen the picture of this kid?
I have not. No, I've been driving.
It's so he has just very simple makeup on, very basic.
Yeah, it's really light.
It's really light. It wouldn't make a drastic change in his appearance
Still
whatsoever.
looks like a chick on the right.
Right.
And I wonder if the transgender people that can't pull it off look at people that can pull it off and go like, fuck, man.
Yeah,
like dudes that just say like, oh my god, that's a dude in a dress with a wig on.
Yeah. Oh,
do they get
I bet
do they
do.
look and get a little jelly? You think they get a little jelly?
Yeah, I mean that's like if a girl sees a really hot girl, like, I
she
wish
gets pissed off.
I wish I looked like that. I'll bet, right?
Yeah, I bet.
Someone told me recently that lesbians, not all, but like a hardcore
pillow talk.
Yeah, a hardcore lesbians sometimes don't like transgendered people in the LGBT. They think it takes away. I was really shocked to hear that.
Wow.
And
Is there a whole thing going on in there? Like black people have like darker black people and lighter black people rivalries?
I don't know. I guess. I mean, this is the first I heard of it.
Pretty guy transsexual will piss off ugly lesbian? It's like rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, I don't know if that was it or if it was they felt that
cock, paper, scissors
taking away from the. I don't know. The girl told me I
shoot a load. Oh, okay.
I think she just knew people who said that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Anyway, guys, listen. Let me bounce.
Oh my God, this guy's just
would say you guys rock over Howard Stern 10 times better. I love you, love you, love you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We know a lot of you guys are coming aboard.
Oh, yes. Welcome aboard.
Yeah. That's right.
Thanks, Dan.
Now get back to this adorable person.
This doll.
Exactly. Suddenly Jim Norton doesn't seem so crazy, does he?
Let's go back to the news story. Yes.
All right.
He was honest and told DMV employees that he is male. And reluctantly, he took off his makeup so that he could get his first driver's license.
It was very degrading, and I felt I was in shock.
The 16-year-old, once so eager to drive, now regrets changing his look to please the state. He is fighting for the chance to retake his driver's license photo with makeup like he wears every day.
It was incredibly
Who's that?
devastating.
For the Culpepper family, it's more than just hurt feelings. They call it discrimination.
Where's Dad?
This is who he is. And for him to not have makeup on would be a disguise in itself.
State officials say employees
What did
were simply
Teresa
following
Culpepper
the rules. A policy
early
that-
on?
How dare you?
Yes, I'm implying that something must have happened in the nurture portion, not the nature portion.
You're implying that his behavior is a reaction to negativity instead of just maybe naturally who he is.
Maybe a little too much coddling. Is that what happens? A little too much coddling by mommy?
He was,
I don't know.
He was always
No, that's in the DNA.
He was meant to be that way.
Yeah, 'cause the voice, the mannerisms, like he just.
Ah, yeah. I hear you.
Continue. Oh, that was it?
Oh, that's,
all right. So that we're done with that. Great.
Wow.
Oh no, we're not done. What?
Oh.
Are we done with that? Okay, good. What?
Oh, this is the
Adopted in
DMV
2009
policy.
states at no time will an applicant be photographed when it appears that he or she is purposely altering his or her appearance so that the photo would misrepresent his or her identity.
All right, pause
the
that.
DMV does,
That's
however,
the statement. That doesn't.
We get that.
We know
but
what
that's
again,
not happening here.
No, common sense tells you that that means coming in with a prosthetic nose, chin, fake mustache,
Fake
eyebrows,
beard,
all that shit. If you look at somebody and go, all right, they are trying to misrepresent who they are, use common sense. Know it. That kid is just wearing makeup that obviously he wears every day. It's not meant to try to fool anybody. It's ridiculous. Come on, people. Let's fucking think. What a bunch of dummies in this country now. We're a country of dummies. It's looking for people to tell us what we're supposed to do. Think. Fuck. Thank you.
Good for you.
I know. Good for me.
You're an ally.
That was
I am.
strong.
Yes.
That was really strong.
Anthony for president.
Let's get the let's get the rest
God,
of
would
this.
that be a horrible thing?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we wouldn't like that
Anthony
too
for
much.
councilman would be a horrible thing.
Yes.
Dog catcher
Right?
or whatever.
Dog catcher.
We wouldn't like that. We would hate it,
The
actually.
selectman. I wouldn't make a good selectman.
Is that it?
No.
Keeps going on and on.
Grand Wizard. I take offense to that.
Let's go.
exceptions for medical and religious reasons.
I'm sharing my story because I just don't want to see other people like me have to go through this.
What he wants now is to steer the entire state in a new direction.
Steer.
One that takes the focus off of looks and
Why do they
labels,
have to do that?
giving special consideration
He's
to
driving
those
to-
who see themselves differently than society
He needs
dictates.
tits.
And because DMV employees followed policy, it does
Blurted
not
that out. I
appear
thought
at
I
this
fought
point,
it.
according to state officials, that Chase will get to retake that photo without a battle. The family says it is considering the possibility of legal action.
But I can't.
Rodriguez, WYFF News 4, Anderson.
Even though common sense, and I'm always on like the side of like give them a break. Like but I'm not going to kill DMV because like this, they do deal with this shit all the time. And this guy happened to be legit.
Right.
But they can't always tell if you're being legit or if you're some guy behind the counter. He's like, he's just trying to fuck around, and he made a dumb call, but it wasn't like.
We need to talk to someone that works at the DMV. I bet you they will tell us that they deal with a lot of people just trying to pull shenanigans
To get laughs from their friends, and
Yes.
it's like they made a mistake here.
I don't know. And that guy comes up and says, "I'm here for my license." You'd be like, "All right,
Exactly.
Just know
And leave your number here just in case.
It's not like some fucking guy with his frat buddies laughing on the bench behind him, going, "Take my fucking picture."
That goes back to your common sense.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, we've all been in DMV. Is there common sense going on in there?
There is no type of sense going on in there.
You want to talk about assholes?
Mutants.
That
Fucking
are on a
mutants.
power trip. Go ahead, Kenny.
Oh, back in the day.
Oh, I don't know.
Look, there's no wire
You're
in
not
your
plugged
mic
into anything.
because I have to use that microphone, Kenny. Maybe you could share. Maybe you could share with young Sam
Yes,
Roberts.
back in the day.
It's a wireless mic.
It certainly is.
Back in the day, I had to take Andrew to renew his license.
Oh, shit.
And they let him take his picture with a smoking cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, guys are just trying to goof around.
And Jim, don't you have a big smile on your face?
I do, but mine was again a few years ago.
Yeah, you know
so
I'll do that again.
I have it on file. I look really. Every time I hand it, like in the airport, they always get like a kick out of it.
They laugh.
You were happy, yeah.
Yeah,
happy boy.
Fat pig, I was.
Happy boy, fat pig.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Oh, yeah?
Thank you, Kenny. Craig in North Carolina. Craig.
What's up, guys?
Hey, buddy.
How's it going, guys? Sorry, I'm a little nervous. But there's a couple guys
piss
in
yourself.
Richmond a few years ago. They posted, there's a video online. They got 6 driver's licenses, I think, in one day, wearing ridiculous costumes. Worth looking up. I think it's DMV driver's license prank.
Yeah, we gotta add that to the discussion.
Yeah, well,
DMV deals with this shit.
Caution is the key word there. I'm very cautious.
Oh, I hate Craig Schinkel.
Sorry.
Oh, the death of Craig Schinkel. Schinkel about it, whatever it is. Oh, come on. That guy did not take a picture like that. Come on.
Let's go to Paul in Jersey. Paul.
Hey, guys.
Hey, buddy. Wait.
Now,
the guy dressed up like a stereotypical insult of a Chinaman.
Let me get to Paul first, and then we'll get to that video.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Paul.
So you have all these freak shows, I'm transgender, I'm gender nonconformist. Now let's say you seriously have a guy, a white guy, white as clan sheets, and he just turns around and says, you know what, deep down inside I really think I'm a black guy. And he comes to DMV, the right shoe polish, and basically puts on a minstrel show. But, I mean, he's so sincere, though. And he just decides, I'm really black, and this is how I see myself. Kind of like how the queers see themselves. They really see themselves as not what they were born as. So
say queers.
Why can't they do that? A guy do that or a girl do that? Say, hey, I'm really black.
The question is, that's not a bad question. Like what's the difference? How do you know? I'm butchering what you just said, but that's not a bad question. Like, why can't you do that with race if you can do it with gender, especially if it's just how you see yourself?
Sexuality.
Yeah, I mean, the shoe polish is silly, but if you say, say you come in and you say, no, I feel like I'm African American deep down and I want to be classified as such.
You're going to check it on your application or something.
Well, you're tan. You're naturally tan. You're just a naturally olive-skinned guy.
Mm-hmm.
What's to prevent you from doing that?
Getting charm.
But why did you have to say queers?
Yeah.
What? Well, I don't believe in, politically correct myself. I just, I believe in saying color, just crying out loud. I don't know, but that's...
But it says for crying out loud instead of for Christ's sake.
For crying out loud.
Yes, I believe in saying kikes for Pete's sake. Doesn't sound right, sir.
Right. All right, Paul. Thank you.
Okay, guys.
Jesus.
But he said queers in a hateful way.
He did. It did. Didn't it sound a little...
It was a little hateful.
Goddamn queers. Yeah, that sounded a little hateful.
Eddie in North Dakota. Eddie, it's your turn. What do you got, buddy?
So would, Poison in the late 80s be gender nonconformist? They look like chicks, but they want to be called dudes, and they're still pulling ass.
And they were still getting the broads.
Yep.
Even though they were dressed like that. That's pretty impressive,
That was
right?
an odd time where girls would look at guys that looked like that and be like, oh, that's the type of guy, I want.
What, the femmies?
Femmies. The femmes.
Hey, look at the femmies over there. We got an update on the DMV story.
Was that girl guy?
Yeah, what was the...
Guy girl?
What was she again? Gender confused or gender...
There was no confusion at all. It was a gender non-conforming teen.
Gender non-conforming teen. Tom Papa. A lot of labels. A lot of new labels you got to learn.
That's what a dad wants to hear his son come up and tell him.
What do we have growing up?
Hey, Dad, I made the varsity ball team. And good. Something like that. And then the other son comes up and... Hey, Dad, I'm gender fucking... I don't have a clue.
I'm a gender nonconformist.
A gender nonconformist. That would be for a dad, maybe?
When we were growing up, Sam, we had... I think we had boy and girl.
That was it.
Right. Those are the only two?
I swear, I think so.
Male, female, that's it.
Girl. I think we had 2 labels. For real.
That's crazy.
Did we have a 3rd label growing up?
Was it?
What about boy, girl,
No, it was a boy and a girl.
No queeb, quay, nothing.
And
wow.
That was it, right?
That was it.
Yeah.
When we were sitting there with our vinyl.
Yes. Now, though,
there's so many new labels.
So many new ones.
So you had this kid go into the DMV and he had his makeup on because he wears his makeup every day, and they said you got to remove the makeup if you want your driver's license photo taken.
Oh.
So there's a lot of outrage.
Because there's a rule that says that you can't go in there wearing any makeup that would alter your face or make you look different
But there's the kid.
But it's for changing your look.
It's a disguise.
On purpose, a disguise. That's not a disguise.
That's not, though. The makeup was subtle enough where you could tell either way. that this was the person.
I mean, you really can't enforce that because then you're saying that every woman,
yeah,
they look totally different without
every
their makeup.
woman, yeah, take your makeup off. No,
yeah, right, yeah.
No. Or if a guy has a beard and then shaves the beard off,
right?
You know, he's going to look different, but they don't make you go in there without a beard.
That's true.
So
Right.
it's very, very odd.
Life is so confusing.
Mila Kunis with her makeup off.
Her disguise.
That is
Wow.
so bad. That is the worst picture.
Oh, man. So yeah,
Yeah, it's all an illusion.
Tori Spelling.
Some girls when they take off their eye makeup, they look like they're blind.
Yeah. Tori Spelling without makeup looks like Edgar Winter.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, every blonde actress looks like Edgar Winter.
Oh my God. Goldie Hawn without makeup. Yikes.
It's a lot to put on your face.
Yeah.
I'm going to put my face on.
All of a sudden they look like they have rat eyes or something. Or
Beyonce, pretty much the same.
Yeah. She's a little more ethnic.
Oh, my God.
Whoa.
Reba, not so much.
Oh, yeah.
Reba.
Oh, yeah, she has
Jesus.
hair and everything.
Wow.
Yeah, it's all an illusion. They don't look like they look.
Yeah.
Marilyn Manson's still an idiot. Can we have an update on Marilyn Manson? Is he still an
What's he
idiot?
doing?
He's acting in something now.
He's on Sons of Anarchy.
Right.
Okay, so
that's pretty good.
anyway, we got an update. The DMV says staff did nothing wrong by refusing to take picture of boy with makeup.
Nothing wrong by refusing. Oh.
If your name is David Jones and it says you are a male, then you should look like a male. Wow. South Carolina DMV spokeswoman Beth Parks told the Daily News.
South Carolina.
So I guess by that point, sorry to interrupt you, but if the woman comes in and she's very butch and she's a lesbian,
right?
I guess do they make her grow her hair to look more quote unquote feminine?
Like, yeah.
What a dumb thing to say.
Parks says the
like a
workers
girl.
did what they are required to do and were just following DMV policy. At no time will an applicant be photographed when it appears that he or she is purposely altering his or her appearance so that the photo would misrepresent his or her identity.
But
that's the
if
policy.
that's the way this kid looks all the time, then what's the difference?
He's not misrepresenting.
He's very pretty.
Very pretty.
You
Could
see
be
the video?
misrepresenting.
He's a fucking 8.5.
And he has an 8.5.
That makes him a 10. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Okay, then Michael Silverman, he's the director of, there's a new group, the Transgender Legal Defense and Education Fund.
That's great.
They want to be known as TLDEF.
It's too many letters.
Fit that on a t-shirt.
Yeah, they have too many letters.
Just say Transgender Legal Defense Fund. That's easier to remember than all the other stuff.
It's not the DMV's job to decide how boys should look and how girls should look. Chase is who he is, and wearing makeup is part of who he is. He is not trying to conceal his identity. In fact, he is expressing his identity.
If you wear makeup that alters you, prosthetic, pieces on your face to make you look like someone else, then I could understand it.
Yeah.
But that's just makeup like any girl would wear.
Yeah, we agree with Mr.
Chase.
Silverman.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. It continues, but
Show a picture of Chase in full makeup, or is that Chase?
That's it.
Oh, okay. He doesn't look much different than.
No, he really doesn't.
What a femmy-looking boy.
Well, come on, he's fucking working here. Sam,
he was pointing at you.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Sam, he pointed at you.
No, I know. I was.
I'm just picturing Sam. He's clean shaven, a little makeup, and a lip liner.
You're a femmy. You're a femmy.
Fucking Sam looks like Coco when she was taking her top off.
It probably was less policy than just some
asshole, yeah.
Just some DMV workers just tired and just like, oh, hell no.
Nah.
No, you're not coming in here with makeup
Take that
on.
makeup off your face.
Hell no.
Well, the DMV broad, she says it's much simpler than that. His identity is a boy, she said. I speak for the agency, not for myself. This is agency policy. I can't have a personal opinion on this. This is not a hard issue. It's a legal issue. Park says that the DMV might be more lenient if someone has surgery to make them a different sex and go through the courts to get paperwork confirming the transition. But until that happens, they are still what... Wow, that's what she said? They still are what they are.
They still are what they are.
Life is so confusing now.
Yes.
You can't legally be a boy. Boy is not a legal...
No, but in a way, as much as she's hateable, once you go through it, if you're going to change or do something like, I don't know.
But he doesn't want to be female.
Yeah, I kind of lost my confidence. I don't know.
No, I think it's really simple. If an officer pulls this kid over, and whether he has makeup on or not, you could tell it's the person on the driver's license. That's all that should matter here.
Use common sense.
Like Ann said, but if the makeup is such where it really drastically changes, it's everything Ann was saying. I'm on the same page.
I think if you really think about what that regulation is, they obviously mean if you wear some type of SNL Joe Piscopo wants to look like Frank Sinatra makeup, right? You know, and that, not some very tastefully applied blush and eyeshadow.
We lost common sense in this country.
Yeah, we did. There's no common sense because people are afraid to use common sense and then apply it to something. Everyone needs a rule book that has black and white. Those are the issues.
Right.
I need to know exactly what someone has told me to do in this situation so I don't have to think and make a decision because I might get called out on that decision.
Right.
So now it's like, oh, no makeup means no makeup. No, use your head.
But to play the other side of it, when people do use common sense, they get fucked sometimes.
That is true, too. You got to balance all that shit
So they're like, what
out.
does policy say? And I'm following policy.
Policy,
I don't think it's right, but
I say. You could quote me on that.
Can a boy put on a little blush now and again?
Right? Oh, man, what my dad would have said about that.
Exactly.
What the hell is going on?
Anthony, you with him again?
Although Richard probably could have put makeup on like that and looked very girly. That's funny.
Let's talk about Japan.
Japan.
Wow.
What do they do? Oh, I think I know this story.
I really think so.
I was surprised at this because you would assume this had been done
This is so strange.
at an earlier juncture.
Japan's child porn ban. They're finally banning child porn is the key to the story today. Finally.
No.
It was legal.
It
Up
was?
until very recently.
I had no idea.
But Japan's child porn ban excludes anime and manga. Did we talk about, is that how you say it? Or manga? Manga? How do you say it?
that?
Manga, maybe? What?
I know anime.
Huh?
I think you were right. I think it's manga.
Manga.
I think.
We know anime, but I don't know manga. What's manga?
Yeah, what is that?
A manga.
A manga.
I think I'm eating one in my fruit bowl right now.
Manga.
It's a manga.
I have some manga on my fork.
It's just another form of
It's
Japanese
sort of like
animation.
anime?
Yeah.
But what's the difference between
It's
the two?
Afghanistan animation.
Because you're showing us manga and it looks like anime. So what's the difference?
Yeah.
I don't really know what the
Let me say it
difference is
again. What's the
between
difference?
What's the difference?
Just another word for it, probably.
Manga are comics. And
There you go.
anime is like
Cartoons.
cartoons.
Okay.
Thank you to the people of Pal Talk. Kev Slider, who is the biggest nerdy geek then.
I like
to know
Kev.
this.
I know
but
Kev
to,
Slider.
But to know that,
He's all right. He's one of the good ones.
Yeah, I know.
We got good ones.
Yeah.
A lot of bad ones, but we got the good ones, too. Japan's newly enacted law banning possession of child pornography will not apply to anime or manga comics, which will still be allowed to feature images of pedophilia.
Now,
Hey.
they were able to have child porn.
Yes, that's
before
what I'm
this?
getting at.
Was it popular?
Yeah, right?
Well, they explain here. The law passed Japan's upper house of parliament on Wednesday, making it the last country in the developed world to outlaw child pornography.
What was the vote? I want to know what the number of the vote was. If it wasn't unanimous.
You know, no, what, I bet you there was a guy like, son of a bitch.
Freedom of expression.
Right, exactly.
That's what I'm fighting for, not the pornography.
I would love to know the vote. Jimmy's right. A 1999 law made production and distribution of child pornography illegal, but didn't cover possession of such material.
So if you had like an old copy.
So it's been illegal since '99, but you were allowed to possess it.
Still able to
if you
have
already
it.
had it.
If you make it or sell it.
If it was grandfathered
creepy grandfathered in.
Yeah. It was uncled in. Hey, if you have any friends, by the way, that now you know why they were going, Japan, the mid-'90s, what a great place. Now you understand what that was about.
Why is he always going over there?
So illegal since '99, but you were allowed to have it.
Yeah.
Japan has faced external pressure to fall in line with the rest of the world, but also opposition domestically from the large and profitable manga and anime industries, which have argued that it's a freedom of expression issue.
Oh, boy.
See, that's what they'll always do.
Right.
Freedom of expression.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zia.
No problem.
My turkey chili, yo.
Turkey chili.
It's pretty good shit.
Nice.
I must say.
I must say. That is crazy that it was. I wonder how popular it was.
Then everything would be all right, right?
Sam Kinison.
Silly putty. Oh, shit. Got your turkey chili, man.
Some things are just for us. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let's see. External pressure. All right. So they've been arguing that it's a freedom of expression issue. The new law will give offenders a year to dispose of offending material before. So you get one more year with your child porn.
One more year.
One more year.
Rock it out, boy.
Guys are planning out their vacation for the last 4 months. They can literally just wake up, jerk off, go back to sleep.
Wow, that's crazy. The new law will give offenders a year to dispose of offending material before prosecutions are brought. Okay, those who fail to do so will face up to a year in jail and fines up to $10,000. Looks like.
Oh, very dishonorable.
While Japanese manga, is that what we're going with here?
We're going with manga.
What is manga?
While Japanese manga and anime have fans worldwide, much of the more extreme material gets little exposure outside the country. Depictions of violence, rape, incest, and a whole host of fetishes can be found in manga and anime. We know that. Many believe the fantastical, how do you say that?
How do you spell it?
Fantastical. Fantastical nature of the medium mean the themes are harmless.
Yeah.
As Japan enjoys some of the lowest crime rates in the world.
It's so ludicrous that it defies logic.
Yeah,
in the cartoons, you mean? Right.
Yeah, try to do that in America. Try to say that's...
It's just so crazy.
Actually, you're allowed to depict child pornography in America in animated form and in cartoon form.
And Photoshop.
And Photoshop. They deemed that freedom of expression.
Really?
Yeah. You just, it's a real deal. You're going to fucking get
Because what
jammed
happens
up.
is if you say that, as much as that sounds like a gross thing, then you get into a weird area. Like if that's really considered porn, even though it's not.
Right.
Okay, well then why not? Isn't violence against a kid in a film considered truly violent? Then it's a whole
because now you're going to start depicting like that movie. What was it? Orphan, where the girl was supposed to be a young girl. And she turned out to be the older girl. Spoiler. And she was trying to have sex with the dad, and they thought she was 14 at the time. Like, that could be a depiction of child pornography. If, but...
Oh, that creepy movie Orphan.
Yeah, remember
It just
that?
hit me. Okay, yeah.
And then all of a sudden she took her dress off, and she all of a sudden looked like some old Romanian woman.
Right.
I don't know what happened.
Oh, that's a creepy... the trailer was creepy. I never saw it.
Oh, when she's trying to pick up the father and stuff, she's still like dressed like the orphan girl. Oh,
I was in a gang called the Orphans.
No, I don't think you were, Chip.
And Japan,
we're the orphans. We're a pretty tough outfit.
Hey, we're the orphans.
The orphans suck.
They were terrible. Even their parents didn't like them.
Oh, we heard of you guys.
And they say Japan enjoys some of the lowest crime rates in the world. So
they have no time to commit crime. They're all too tired, molesting children. Fucking creeps.
What a weird place. What a strange fucking place.
So really
the last country to ban porn, child pornography.
When the world has no problems with dropping 2 atomic bombs on you, it affects your psyche for many generations to come.
Yeah, hey, look, they dropped bombs on us, yes, but everyone agreed they should.
Everyone was fine with it.
Right.
Yeah. What are they? No, atomic bombs. 2 of them.
Right. No one's running to your defense.
Yeah, no one said that was harsh.
Right.
We got a gynecologist with a perv switch. We talk about the perv switch on our show.
The perv switch.
Yeah.
We all have it.
Uh-huh.
But we
It's
keep
just
it in check.
It's like a it's more like a breaker than a switch. We call it perv switch though. And some people's they have a higher amperage than others. Some go off very, very quickly. Others, you got to sit and wait, Sometimes you shouldn't be a gynecologist if that switch is if you got a hair trigger on that.
It's like when you see a girl, they're wearing a lot less clothes, and you're like, oh, man, that's pretty.
I wonder what that looks
but then you
like
move on.
Or,
And other guys like, I got to grab those tits right now.
Wonder what breasts, look at, they're so supple and
Right,
round.
right.
I wonder what they feel like. I'm gonna touch them.
Right.
And like they can't even fucking deal.
Yeah.
That's the perf switch.
We're all friends with those
Most
guys.
of us kind of just move on. You're like, all right, I gotta turn right now.
You
and move
shouldn't
on.
be a gynecologist if you have a itchy trigger finger.
Charged with sexual abuse against pregnant patients. An Upper East Side gynecologist has been charged with sexually abusing 6 patients.
Jeez.
Robert Haddon, 55, is accused in court papers of fondling and performing oral sex.
Nice.
Oral
He's a giver.
sex.
How do you get that done?
How do you get that done?
Do you wonder when you're doing something like that, you're grabbing those tits, do you feel like you're doing it, or is it outer body? Like, do you see your hands?
Like all of a sudden you kind of wake up and go, oh my God, I'm touching her tits.
You ever see where they film point of view stuff on TV?
Right.
How it always looks a little bit weird? Is that how you see your hands? Whose hands are
The
those
point of
grabbing
view
tits?
shot's never done on a tripod. It's always a handheld rocking and
Never
rocking
good.
and rolling.
I feel like you're floating and someone else's hands are behind you. Look at that TV character grabbing her tits, but I can feel them. Oh no, she's awake.
Uh-oh.
So now the fondling, I'm thinking like, you know, where the doctor could say, no, man, I really needed to do that. But the oral sex?
Yeah.
And what pregnant woman is sitting there and allowing that to happen?
Her belly's
Are
hiding
they that
it.
scared?
He might just be
He
that.
thinks he's hiding under the belly.
You might feel a little pressure.
What a creep.
Yeah.
Performing oral sex on the women, many pregnant between September and whatever. Oh, this goes back to 2011.
I did not eat a
Different
box,
ones.
though. But yeah, it's so hard if you're a gynecologist. You see
Not
some
eat a
awful
box.
ones,
Oh,
but
yeah.
you know the good ones.
Oh, the prize comes through that door. You're going to be like, it's a good day.
Yeah, hey, look, Becky wants to come back in.
Oh.
All right, cancel Mrs. Thompson.
Cancel all my appointments.
Yeah.
Mrs. Thompson has one lip longer than the other.
Is Mildred still out in the waiting room?
Make her wait.
Yes.
Tell it's going to be a while.
Not today, Blanche.
Yes, tell Mildred that Lexus has an emergency.
Upper East Side.
Upper East Side.
Jeez Louise.
He's charged with 2 counts of forcible touching. What the fuck?
There's the guy in L.A., the gynecologist who's everybody, they call him like the hot doctor. And
gynecologist
he's like,
to the stars.
Yeah, he's like, you know.
Here's Betty Grable.
Good
with a
looking. They
pussy
put him
all shaved.
They used him like in different TV shows, like based on his character.
Quincy?
All the women kind of get into it.
She has a giant clit, Sam. Quincy. They thought it was a penis when she was born.
The speculum may be a little cold.
So what happens with this guy?
I put my hand and I lost my watch, Sam. I'm just going to caress her arm by the boat. I stuck my members-only jacket into her vagina like one of those space bags.
Where's my fishing cap?
I'm going to take a pep smear.
Detective Monahan, the murder weapons in her vagina.
Quincy and me, at your service.
He's the lion from The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, exactly. Sounds like that.
A vagina.
Oh, you remember, what's his name? Used to do the impression of the little cowardly lion?
Oh, dude, I hate that.
That's good, right?
Rituals.
I loved it.
Yeah, we should have him come back in and
would
do it.
You didn't like that?
Put him up, put him up.
Our friend did a really
His face looks like he was convulsing.
He's a good guy. Come on.
No.
Yeah.
Who is it?
This guy, Louis Twitchell Santana, he's a comedian. He's
Comedian
Tourette's.
with Tourette's.
Why haven't we seen him in so long?
I don't know what happened to him. He's great. I loved him.
He twitched off the end of the earth.
And he would do an imitation of the lion?
Oh, would he ever?
good.
He was a big fan of The Wizard of Oz.
The whole jump around thing that he does.
I have it if you want.
Yeah, let's hear it for a second. It's pretty good.
What do you got?
Twitchell's doing Cowardly Lion.
Oh, this is. Close your eyes. It's amazing.
I hate this. I can picture it.
Get out of there, you tin can. What's you hit me for? I didn't buy him, but you tried to. I was just kidding.
How gay is this? Oh, I think I said it. Look at that, my same reaction
messaging years later. I said, you are so fucking gay.
Hang on, I'll replay it.
Huh?
I'll replay
No,
that
we got to do the video.
No,
Let's do a video, man. Come on,
the
the
video's
visual.
terrible. Oh,
There's
man.
somebody in here to play the video. It's like it's beautiful.
It is
Beautiful.
really good.
He's straining his face.
Well, he's got Tourette's. I mean,
Oh,
come on.
God.
Andrew on Long Island is pissed off about the gynecologist. He's a physician. Go ahead, Andrew.
What's up, guys? How are you?
What kind of physician?
No, so I'm actually a PA, and I actually called in a while back when we had that news story for the the nursing home woman with the strippers.
All right.
Right, I work in long-term care and rehab medicine. But anyway, I did have to do a lot of rotations through gynecology and obstetrics. And I just want to tell you guys, that perv switch you're talking about, it's true. Everybody's got it, but when you're doing something so medical, it totally goes away. It's very, very hard for it to happen.
Sure it does.
Well, listen,
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Protest too much.
You're looking at
Yeah.
a young vagina in your office, and you're trying to tell me this. You're not turned on whatsoever. Maybe you keep it professional, but somewhere in your head, you're like, God damn.
Everyone thinks about their work on the way home.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and say no. Absolutely, that never happened. It does, but you keep it way, way, way in the back, and it never comes to any point where anything like. I mean, this guy going down on pregnant women. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's kind of weird. But did you ever see a girl?
You're supposed to have another woman in the room with you when you're examining a female patient. That's the first thing. I don't know how that got by.
Sexy, a threesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
I get my skin checked every year, and she's a woman, and she's pretty good looking. She's in her 40s, and there was another woman in the room, and we were having small talk, and then I had to open up so she could check out my dick and balls. And all conversation in the room stopped.
It's called smaller talk.
And
you got a tiny pecker.
And all conversation in the room stopped until, she covered it up again, and then we went back to small talk. And I'm thinking to myself, all right, right on, man.
Yeah,
she was fucking turned on for a fucking split second. Right the fuck there. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
But she kept it professional, but she gets to look at dick and balls all day.
Yeah, but Opie, on the other side of it, did you get a rod when she was looking at you?
No, I didn't get a rod.
Exactly.
But I made sure, I knew it was going down, so I made sure, I had a little something going on.
I would have taken a Cialis, so I was half full.
Right, I'm not gonna. If I have to present, I'm not gonna allow her to, see the sad penis.
Yeah,
He's gonna wake him up.
I wasn't gonna be turgid, but I made sure I was doing okay.
A little something.
A little something.
Did you helicopter it really quick while you were waiting?
Wind it up, yeah.
You did some manscaping right before you went into the office. Everything was nice and clean.
No, not really, but I had no doubt there was a slight turn on that was going on at that very moment, but she kept it obviously extremely professional.
Sure.
Of course.
But the tell was when the small talk stopped for a second.
Right.
Yeah, the small talk stopping for a second was her looking at you saying, oh, dear God.
Could she have gone down on you without you realizing it?
Yeah, exactly.
That's such a bizarre part of the story.
I was pushing my hips forward.
What would you do if while she was doing it, she put your balls on her nose and you're like cocked against her head, and then put her arms out and made airplane noises?
What year of your residency did you learn this technique?
My dumb.
Boys, I appreciate you taking
Hold on. My dumb point here is though that you're human after all, and there has to be a turn on factor, but you obviously, like you said, push it way back in your head and keep it professional.
Overwritten.
Always, and that's why, like I said, you always have to have another female in the room. But very, very, very quickly, I had this one patient who came in, and like you said, if you're going to somebody who's going to be checking out your junk or down below, you want to make sure everything's nice and clean. There was one patient when I was doing my OBGYN rotation. She came in and she had washed herself with some glitter soap, and she was completely it almost looked like she was bedazzled down there. It was ridiculous.
There you go. It's a little perk.
Sex thing.
Yeah, a little perk of the job there.
Yeah, a perk, and then you have the chlamydia and the gonorrhea and all the other.
That's true.
Ooh, even sexier.
But my point is, you deal with all that, knowing that right around the corner could be something young and fresh.
I don't know what happens. When I have sex, my vagina just twitches and squeezes so much, doctor. Oh, and I'm so wet all the time. Oh, it's a shame.
Wow, we're gonna,
Oh, I hope it stops when I turn 21. Oh, yeah.
I like to when I have a female doctor going to check out my junk. I don't shower for a couple of days, and then I take my ass sweat and I rub it all over my dick, and I'm like, "Go ahead, baby, pheromones."
Oh God damn!
All right, Andrew.
One last thing. I just want to say, Jimmy.
Yes, sir.
I saw you on Tuesday morning, and you were fucking phenomenal. That's all I'm going to say.
Nice.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very
Tapings went
much.
well for Jimmy's new show on Vice.
Yeah,
it was
very
amazing.
cool.
Amazing. That's
Good.
all I'm going to say. But thanks a lot, guys.
You can say whatever you want. Thank you. I didn't announce guests before just because people cancel and stuff, so I didn't want anybody coming to see someone specific.
It was so great, and Jimmy, you were so hard on yourself in the beginning, but you did such a fucking great job. It was a great time.
Nice.
Everybody in the audience had a great time. Your guests were phenomenal. I don't know if you want to say who the guests were, but
yeah, I don't care.
Great.
I was only kidding when I was being hard on myself. I was just, if anything went wrong, I acknowledged it. But it was really fun, and the crowds were
It was
fucking
great,
amazing.
man. I really wish you all the luck, and I hope this thing takes off. I'm sure it will.
Nice.
Thank you, buddy.
Very cool.
All right.
Nice.
All right, we got to go to Dan. He wants in on this gyno talk. Dan, the man in Pennsylvania.
Good morning, boys. I got a gross gynecology story. My best buddy's girlfriend worked in a gyno's office, and a woman came in with a questionable odor that she said was just intensifying, and it had been around for weeks, got worse and worse. So the doctor goes in there and goes fishing, and he pulls out a condom that was just completely covered in black fungus. Apparently it had been inside of her for several months. She didn't know about
Wow, she didn't know about it, huh?
it. And then, they dumped it in one of those sealed biohazard things.
Yeah.
And it still smelled so bad they had to call hazmat to come clean it up because no one would come into the office.
What exactly was the fungus?
It had just, the dude, came in the condom and then it came off, and it had been inside
rotting
of her
bacteria.
so long. Yeah, it was
rotting, and then stuff decides to start growing.
Necrotizing.
Now, is her vagina beyond repair, or how they get it to smell regular again?
I have no idea.
I think getting rid of the condom was the first, the start.
Then you could scrub it in there.
Probably could do a little mopping up after that.
Yeah, you gotta fucking.
You take a rotten
send in the
banana out
cleaning
of the
crew.
refrigerator eventually.
Like it never happened.
You imagine the guy
Get some Arm and Hammer, and I think she.
Yeah, a little douche.
That wasn't a nice story.
No,
that's a rough
one. It was a
one.
gross story.
That's one that
That's what you get
don't
for using
want.
condoms.
Yeah, right. Well, I should have said. Yeah, we should ask. What's a condom?
What's a condom?
What's a condom?
The fungus was on what?
Let's say hi to Jake in California.
Gross.
Jake.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, Jake.
Hey, I'm actually doing my rotation right now in the OBGYN.
Oh.
So like you're talking about that whole switch getting turned on, you know how hard it is to turn that bad boy on after you've seen chlamydia and nasty blue waffle down there.
Oh, so like when you're with a hot girl, then you start thinking like, ew, you remember disgusting stuff?
That's not. We're not gonna.
I
mean, you watch your wife have
Look,
babies and stuff, and I mean,
Yeah.
it's for a second, and then it's totally different.
I hate Brussels sprouts. So let's say I'm forced to eat a few Brussels sprouts, but then all of a sudden the ice cream comes. My palate's fine.
Right, exactly.
What are you talking about? You get over that quickly when there's a fresh, nice one in front of you.
That's the really old Brussels sprouts.
In a taco.
Yeah, exactly. Try eating Brussels sprouts with a herpes sore on them.
I think my point is you turn around quickly.
Yeah.
You could turn that shit around quickly.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Let's go to Matt in Connecticut. I'm trying to say it how Ann says it. Matt, go ahead.
Hey, boys. Hey, when I was in elementary school, one of my friends, his dad went to jail. He was a massage therapist, and I guess he got busted because he just buried his face in this girl's ass, and he claimed he dropped his gum
He dropped his gum
in her asshole
and was trying to get it, like bobbing for.
He tried to just bury his nose right in her ass and just claimed that he dropped his gum. And
that switch went off. He had
That's the perv switch we're talking about.
His face in her ass.
Yep.
He was looking at that ass, doing the massage, and he's like, "I gotta shove my face in there.
I can't not do this."
Yes.
Right. All right. Let me say hi to Jimmy in Staten Island. Jimmy.
Hi, Jimmy. When did you leave?
What's up, boys?
Hey.
All right, well, I had a customer of mine. He was a gynecologist for like 50 years, very well known. And I asked him, how did you do it for so long? He said, listen, sometimes you see some pretty ones, but sometimes you see some real nasty ones. And then my brother asked him, but when you went down there, didn't you ever just want to say, Pinocchio, Pinocchio? What's your name?
Jimmy? And that ends our phones.
That's how it ends.
It was going well there for a little bit.
I'm kind of missing the fungus story now.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what happens when